It wrapped around your soul with no control. You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I'll run, I'll hide. Darkness always clouds my mind. Now look behind. It's moving closer every time. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. 'Cause darkness, my old friend, you get me till at the end. At the end. Can you feel it wrapped around your soul with no control? You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. 'Cause darkness, my old friend, you get me till at the
What's up, folks? Were you watching? Were you watching? Were you watching Harry Kane? Tottenham Hotspur won. Manchester City Absolutely zero. It's good to start the season off right, isn't it? Grealish is going to be a city scuba diver. Grealish was that way when he played for Villa, so I don't necessarily think that it's has anything to do with him moving to City. I am pumped. Brian Daigle's in the chat with us. Bunch of people in the chat. Who we got here? NCAP. Let me see if I can put this in the... For some reason... Let me try this again. There it goes. Messages in and pinned to the top. If you want to join the stream, go ahead and do so. For the folks here in other parts of the world who don't necessarily have WhatsApp, I have thrown the link in there on Twitter as well. If you want to join the fun. A lot to talk about today. Brian Daigle will be on shortly, he says. Big up everyone in the chat. I actually got to cut my hair. Trim the beard. We're looking sharp now. Power cable is in on this camera here, so it shouldn't shut off on us anymore. This one over here, new power cable over here. Hopefully that fixes the issues I had with that camera. Dan THC says he'll be on soon. Aaron Duve. Eugene is here.
I will.
What's going on, my friend?
Yes. It's like coming back home.
Coming back home. You're home now. We are home today. We were home today. We knocked City out of the park.
Yes. What a wonderful day.
Let me turn this on. I literally just got home not even like 30 minutes ago. So and then I had the box from Amazon here with the power cable for this camera here. So I don't have to worry about the battery now. If we want to stream for 7 hours tonight, we can do that. I don't have any issues with that. But let me turn the rest of this stuff on here for a second. And
it's been a good day. It's been a good day, guys. I just woke up. Yeah, just woke up and I'm on. All right, I'm on. Yeah.
Welcome. All right.
Welcome to all the guys in the chats. Yeah.
I had to turn this on here, so part of the layout now. Can't forget that.
Did you notice the grumpy old man followed your style? He put all the words on the side there, on your left, on your.
No, I copied the grumpy old man, right? So I mean, like,
you copied the grumpy old man, all right?
Well, I mean, he's not the first one to do it. It's actually a fairly common thing as far as streamers are concerned.
Yeah. And he stole one of my streamers' tagline, "Interested FC." It was used by one of the boys from India Spurs. I don't know whether he stole it or it's been used a long time ago, but
maybe he was calling you out.
Oh dear, I'm going to call him out soon. Yeah, but wait and see. We're going for him.
Super chats are welcome. Super chats are welcome.
Yes.
And this is your daily moaning.
Yes.
You are. This is your daily moaning, and you are more than welcome to it.
Yeah, and then after they're gonna say, "I'm bored."
Todd K says, "Did you see that changed his name?" Yeah, he's actually had that name on Twitter for a long time.
Yeah,
that's kind of his alternate ego account. Don't know why. Maybe he saw Bob's video and was offended by him being called boy. So so he changed it.
But let's not spoil it. It's a good day. It's a good day for all of us. Yes. Haven't seen that kind of fight in a long time, right? And we were really fighting for it that day, yesterday.
Yeah, hold on. Let me close this door here too. I'm all kind of discombobulated. Hold on one second. Let me.
Yeah, no problem. Guys,
Talk to the folks. Talk to the folks.
Yep, guys. Big up to all you. All of us been waiting for this day, right? To prove that we do have that fight, right? Nuno has made us proud again, at least for one day, for one match, okay? And let's hope it's been kept up. And I think it will be there, that steel that's been instilled into the team. And we really saw the boys fight yesterday. Yeah, really, really proud of the boys. And what can I say? Right? What can I say? Big up to Nuno. Big up to Nuno.
Thank you. Big up to Nuno for sure. I'd hate to say I told you guys so. And did he drunk drive 2 hours home all the way back to the middle of nowhere? Or did he keep his wits about him? Mr. Cody Mack?
Hi, Cody.
Drunk drive? Come on, man.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
You would go to the pub, I mean.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
No,
Cody, how was it meeting up with Brian? Was two Brians there or just one Brian?
Just Brian Daigle, and then a bunch of the other Toronto Spurs members were there too.
Did Abdul turn up?
Abdul was there, yeah. He sat at the same table as Abdul, yeah. Honestly,
that's good.
Okay, so I mean, we've never won a trophy since I started supporting. So today was one of the greatest days for me as a Spurs supporter that I've ever had. Just
a wonderful day.
Yeah, it was unbelievable, especially like given the context of the pandemic and everything, and just being in a pub. Like I haven't been in a pub for probably almost 2 years. So just an amazing day. And of course, like the result was even better. I would have been just satisfied meeting Brian Daigle and the rest of the guys and enjoying the game together. But yeah, we took 3 points, and that's pretty good too.
Yeah.
That's the best. I'm trying, I'm trying to keep my cool here, and I'm sure it'll get feisty later on. But it was just so good.
Yeah.
Do you think that too? Like, I'm gonna throw this out there earlier. Do you think that this is the first time in a long time that I've seen the team play?
Yeah.
As such a team.
Yeah.
With such vigor. And do you think that maybe some of this Kane issue has kind of maybe united those guys and been like, well, fine. We'll show you that this team isn't just about you. We'll shut some people up. We'll stick a foot in some people's mouths. And
I think that might be one aspect. I think the coaching is much different as well. It looks like he's trying to instill a lot more of a team environment, and we just looked way more organized. And the thing is too, like, we only possessed the ball about 34% today, but there was such a difference between how we played out of possession compared to even last year when we beat them 2-0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Like last year we were so much more passive, and today we were forcing the issue with them. We were forcing them to pass sideways and backwards, and we were chasing them down and making plays. And I don't know, man. I think the fans being back had a big impact too.
Sure,
but yeah, no, for sure. I think the Kane situation. I don't know what kind of effect it would have on them, to be honest. I don't know what do you think's going through Harry Kane's mind right now?
I think the deal is done. Harry Kane's gone.
I think the deal is done as well. But let's say for argument's sake, the deal is not done. If you're Harry Kane, you're sitting there watching that packed stadium, flags waving, fans chanting,
and
team performing, I'm sorry, like
No,
Manchester City can spend as much money as they want. They can bring in as many different players as they want. They can win as many trophies as they want. They will never have in their fan base the thing that we have in this fan base. I don't know how else to word it. I don't know how else to explain it.
It's the pride, Cody.
The other day, I watched the Cheese Room podcast where they had the Man City fans on, and it didn't take very long for it to kick off into something a little bit nastier than what you're used to seeing in your typical like team preview. And I don't know if that was just the nature of the person that they brought on, but I've been thinking long and hard about why he would go in on Tottenham Hotspur so hard, considering, you know, it's not like we've won anything of significance here in the last 30 years, a couple of league cups, you know, since the last time we won the FA Cup. But the reality is there's just something about this club that he will never have at his club. There's just something about Tottenham Hotspur that drives opposition fan bases crazy. And there's a togetherness, and it was on full display today.
Yeah, I think it's the history that we have and the pride that we have, that we carry on the badge, in a sense, you know. That's the envy of most of the clubs around us. And I think because of the huge fan base that Spurs has actually garnered throughout the decades that Spurs has been around, and more or less a century that Spurs has been around, right? So that is what actually drives the other fan base crazy. That and they're very happy not to see us win anything. And I think if we do win something, right, it will even irk them more, right? And like you were saying, I did watch that Cheese Room podcast where the two MCT fans were. That show really went out of line because it was more about a preview of the game, but it ended up into more or less like, you know, the money issue and all that. So to tell you, don't care about them. We beat them today. And tell the truth, they were afraid of us. Do you watch the second half? When we kept attacking them and they were lost. They didn't know what to do. And I think a lot was to do with Ake and Mendy. They didn't gel too well. And we took advantage of that. And every ball that we went for, we went in with a certain aggressiveness that scared them. And that's what I saw. And you notice in the first 15, 20 minutes, Grealish keeps falling over when Tanganga was at his back. You know, he keeps falling over for, I don't know. I don't know what to say about Grealish, yeah, but he's a good player for England. But the way that he plays and a little bit of a touch on his back, he rolls over. But that's how he operates. But in the end, Tanganga had his in pocket. Yeah, Tanganga had him in his pocket. Had Sterling in his pocket. Had Grealish in his pocket. So I guess that's a lesson Pep will have to take.
Jack Grealish, I'm sorry, Jack Grealish is a bitch. Let's just be honest. Jack Grealish is a bitch. Tanganga
had him all day long.
Oh, yeah. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It wasn't, I think it was like the 6th or 7th minute, and Tanganga got tangled up with him and literally just picked him up and pile drove him into the ground. And then while he was down, he got a couple little kicks in the back of his head. I posted a clip on Twitter. Just like
the bit that made me laugh. Right, was when Grealish hacked Mora down and he got pissy because Mora went down after he hacked him. I'm like, dude, talk about like pot called a kettle black right there. You know what I mean? It's like, come on.
Yeah. Hi, Jason.
But I'd have Jack Grealish on our team all day long, though.
Well, so would I. But like, let's be honest,
not for 100 million.
Even for
he's a quality. No, he's a quality
right now, player. For me, he was the best player on the pitch for City, and he's brand new. I didn't see anybody else in this City squad, that first starting 11, who worked as hard as he did and was on the ball as much as he did and created as much as he did. There was nobody else on that City squad.
Let's not get carried away. You could tell that we were further along in our fitness journey than they were.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like, you just could. Like, they did. They had a 15-minute spurt at the beginning, and they just started wilting.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't the normal snappy, like, crisp City. But I'll take it. and the amount of spirit and fight that team had. Honestly, it was like and I'm not getting carried away. I don't think we're going to win the league or anything. It was just nice to see my Spurs back.
True.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't think I've seen that much
Spurs back.
unity since like the 17-18 season, to be honest with you.
You know,
it's been a
what was
long
nice?
time.
What was nice was not having to hide behind the sofa for the last 15 minutes of the match.
Right?
Oh, yeah. That's
You
true.
know, like handling business appropriately, getting the ball, going into the corner, wasting time, taking free kicks, faking injuries. We were doing it all. We were doing all the shithousing that we needed to do to get the job done, and they simply did not threaten us in the last 20 minutes. That was the best final 20 minutes of a match. That was better than anything that we did last year, really, against any
but let's
opponent of
face it,
quality.
we wasn't spending the entire match like defending so deep that we were inviting trouble.
True.
Like, you know.
I mean, for me, I was still nervous in the last 85 minutes. I was still like,
I was, but
simply because of the fact that it was the first time that Lloris had ever had to even touch the ball.
Of course, like, we're Tottenham, so there's going to be an aspect of like waiting for the sky to fall. But I'm telling you, man, I didn't think we were going to give up that lead. I did not get the feeling of the trap door that was going to open up from underneath me. Just the way that we were handling ourselves, the way that we were remaining aggressive. I just didn't feel that. I didn't feel that today.
Good evening, Brian.
Good evening, everybody, and what an evening it is.
Yes.
I definitely felt the nervousness because I'm a Tottenham fan, but I do agree. I felt we handled it very well. Like I said, just the way we were set out, the way we played, it was just, I'm sorry, it was so much better than that fucking dross I had to endure last year.
We kept making positive plays, even in the last 10 minutes. And with every positive play that we continued to make, plays that we didn't make last year, I grew more and more confident that we were just going to take care of business, you know, like as opposed to last year where we seemed to shrink further and further inside our shell as the game closed down. And maybe that had something to do with fitness as well. But yeah, I just didn't get that feeling today. I just thought, no, we've got this. This is and I think the crowd probably played a big part of that too.
Yeah, but we weren't defending too deep. We didn't start defending too deep. We didn't end defending too deep. It's just, anyway.
You know what it is, Jason? We actually had a manager that played to our strengths.
Yes.
It wasn't 1-0. Okay, let's sit back. You have to look at it. If you look at the team we had last season under Mourinho, even the team that was there today. I mean, Reguilon looked rejuvenated because he didn't have to just sit back and defend, and didn't know what he was doing.
Yep.
Everyone got to use their strengths. We were shackled last season, and it was like your biggest strength is your attack. So why aren't we attacking? And today we did it, and the press worked. The fitness. Oh, there he is. There he is. What's up, brother?
Yeah. Bobby, sorry about the message that you sent me. Sorry, I was asleep by then.
Mate, don't worry about that. It's all good, buddy. All good.
Yeah.
Don't piss off.
It's not okay. He actually sent me a DM saying how mad he was at you, Eugene.
I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
But it was so good to get my Spurs back, even if it was one game.
Just give all my graphics back, mate. Fuck off.
No, piss off, Bob. No, but the thing is that what was seen yesterday is that the aggressiveness and the team was playing as a team. The confidence was there. And after we scored, right, for the first 5 minutes was a bit nervous for me. But then I noticed that City didn't have any idea how to break us down. Really didn't have any idea to break us down. And every time when we got into the counter-attack, they were afraid. You know, we outran Ake, we outran Mendy. And you notice Nuno plays the 4-3-3, right? But it turns into a 3 at the back whenever one of the wing back goes up. If Jaffet went up, Reguilon stayed back. If Reguilon went up, Jaffet stayed back, right? So very well coached, yeah.
Well, that's what they wanted to do with Aurier. That's what they wanted to do with Aurier, but Aurier's got no discipline. The discipline and the commitment to this today to think that he's only had such a short amount of time and he hasn't had everyone back all together. I just think, I mean, if that's to come, if you were to tell me when we appointed him, his first 2 games at home will beat the Filth 1-0, will beat Man City 1-0, the champions, and I'll tell you what, tell me another team in the Premier League that has played 4 games at home at Manchester City and the team at home has won all 4 and Man City ain't scored.
I have a question for the panel, actually. And this is by no means me saying we don't need Kane. But how does everyone think Kane would be in that front press that we have?
It'd slow it down.
Honestly, though, he would, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
He would. I said that earlier because what you got is a consistent press from the front 3 who've got legs, who've got stamina, who've got fitness.
And it makes a difference.
Pace. Kane, if that ball had gone in to Kane, the one that Luke's played in, he would have come back, dropped back a bit, and then look out for the runners and play the ball in. So personally, he would have slowed down. Now, there's by no means am I saying we
100%,
Bob. In our team. He's the best striker in the world.
100%. Yes,
but
I agree.
In the system
but in that system,
playing, yeah, exactly. It'd slow it down. In my opinion.
Anyone else?
completely agree. Honestly, it's like Cody will tell you when the team news came out and he wasn't even on the in the squad. I was like, you know what? Fantastic. It's like the whole game. It's not when's Harry Kane coming on. It's not all about Harry Kane. And the team with Bergwijn, who I thought was great as well. Lucas, like we said, I think everyone was superb and the shackles were off and it wasn't all Kane as that focal point. The team played with passion, they played with drive, they played with commitment. And I just think Harry Kane would have, like Bob said, slowed the game down, but he would have kept dropping so deep. He wouldn't be where we needed him with the 2 people bombing forward. I don't think the system suits him. I don't think he fits in the system.
Yeah, but I think if Harry Kane comes back, right? Yeah, no, if Harry Kane comes back, right, it will be Nuno will have to coach him to play the way that Nuno wants. It's no more like it's a Harry Kane way to play anymore. It'll be Nuno's way, right? And Nuno will know where to put him to play. And let's see whether he might or might not still play for us. Okay, because the window closes in 2 weeks' time or so. So it's another 2 more games for us. Whether he plays in those 2 games.
For me, look. All of us here on the panel know that I'm a prick, right? That's no secret.
Without fail, without. And
so for me, I have a little bit of a different view.
Sorry.
Is that for me? It was just like Harry Kane because I did not hear Nuno say I didn't select Harry Kane. Right? He didn't say that. He just said that he's part of the team. He came back late, and maybe he's just not quite fit.
You think Kane put himself out of running?
I think it's a possibility.
It is.
I think, but if that is the case, this is just desserts, man. I mean, you could almost spread Daniel Levy's smile at full time on a piece of bread. And eat it for a butter sandwich. You know what I mean? I mean, seriously, his price has got to have jumped at least 30 million now.
Just sitting in his office with a little, a couple fingers of scotch with the phone just ringing and ringing and ringing.
Now sitting there.
Guys, do you think the deal is done? The deal was done at halftime. Yeah.
Well, I want to ask Cody because me and Cody disagree with this. When it all kicked off, Code, last Monday, and I was very adamant on wanting a statement out, and you said no. Let's just wait. Do you think we've come to a point now we need a decision one way or another? Now, this week, with no Premier League game coming up, with it coming with a couple of weeks up till the end of the window, we need a definitive yes, Harry Kane is being sold now. Because I think we do. I think we need a definitive.
If he's being sold, he needs to be sold now. Because we need to.
but what if they're still like? It's one thing if the agreement has been made. Okay, so we held Kane out. The match has been played. We don't need to worry about that. If there's still negotiations ongoing, you can't. You just can't come out and say Harry Kane is going to be sold, or we are attempting to sell Harry Kane. If you're Tottenham or if you're Harry Kane, now you're impacting the amount of leverage that Man City will have, despite the fact that it was clear today that they were missing Harry Kane a little bit more than maybe we were. But I mean, what are they supposed to, who is supposed to come out with this definitive statement?
Well, someone.
I know is if
the deal is done.
I don't think it's done. If it was done, we'd sign more players.
If the deal is done, then the deal will be done, and there won't be a need for a statement. If the deal is not complete and negotiations are ongoing, then there cannot be a statement.
No. That's what I mean. So there needs to be one. If there needs a definitive decision needs to be made.
Yeah, we're not selling him. We are.
They're
not letting him go until they sign players. I can guarantee you that. He won't go anywhere until someone comes in.
Right, but for me, it's like I just fucking wish they'd pull their finger out and get rid of him or keep I am so over this shit now.
I'm with you.
Done with it. Yeah. I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but just fuck off already. Just go. Be gone.
No, listen. We won the match today. But this team is much better with Harry Kane in it.
I'm not disputing that.
The thing is, it's not good enough. It's not good enough to sit there and say that I'm tired of the soap opera that's been going on all summer. That is not good enough because for me, it's about what is best for Tottenham Hotspur. I am not willing because some people are saying that we should just accept whatever City are offering and just get them out the door and blah blah blah.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Forget the dynamic, and it was on full display today. Yes, we won the match on the back of an excellent goal from Heung-Min Son, but we could not hold the ball up. We did not have an aerial presence. Players in the final third did not have nearly as much time on the ball as they would if Harry Kane was in there wreaking havoc with the presence that he brings. Now,
this isn't exactly true, though. He was in media shots for the home shirt launch.
It was photoshopped.
It was photoshopped.
So do you know what the question is? The question is as well, like Jason was saying about would he have played in the but what you got to ask right now, after a win against Arsenal, after a win against Man City, let's say Harry Kane is available for Wolves. Who do you drop in that team to play? Because you've got to remember the whole system changed. If you take Bergwijn out and put some back there, the whole thing changes. And right now, whether you like Bergwijn or not and think he's the one to go, none of that team right now deserve to be dropped after those two performances.
It's just one game.
So it comes to who do you drop.
It's just one game. You drop whoever you want. Drop Dele, let's say, or drop Dele or Bergwijn and make a formation change. If Harry Kane's going to continue to be a player here at Tottenham, we're gonna find a way to put him in the squad. There's no question about that. There's no.
Come September, but I don't think until this resolved, he should be anywhere near it.
I don't think he's playing until this is resolved. I really don't.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise because why would you? If the thing is, if he plays, I think he's staying. Basically,
yes.
There's no way that you can be engaged in a negotiation worth upwards of £150 million and be risking the asset which is being negotiated. You can't. Right. So, from that standpoint, I would love for this to be resolved tomorrow. I would love for there to be either a deal in place where Kane is gone. That's not my first choice, or for there to be some kind of press conference where Kane is put in front of and basically had his feet held to the fire and have to answer some very difficult questions and make some kind of connection with the fans who are increasingly turning on him if they haven't already. And of course, sacking Charlie Kane would go a long ways. But I'd love for if this was resolved already for sure.
See, that striker we've been linked with though, that I don't know his names. I'm terrible memory, but no, the one that's
Martinez.
Yeah, like he would fit into that press, that system. Like he's that kind of player, you know what I mean? Like he's quick, he's mobile. I don't know about the other one. Is he like, would he fit in that
He's
press
young.
or?
No, young.
He's like a young Harry
lanky.
Kane.
Don't you think it was an easy win today? I was so comfortable after we went 1-0 up.
You watched it from home, Bob. Of course you were comfortable.
No, yeah. But
After
I
the
thought,
first 15
considering-
minutes, yeah, because that first 15 minutes, I was worried.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. First 50. But everyone's making excuses for Man City looking. They weren't as up to the right fitness levels, and they had a few. They put out the most expensive starting 11 in Premier League history today. They put out the most expensive starting 11 in Premier League history, and a team who were without their best player, a team who were in a rebuild with a new manager who's only been in 46 days.
Arguably, we were playing a worse team than we had last season.
We second half, we were
Arguably.
so much way the better side, and they had 350 million pounds worth of people on the bench. Nearly £1 billion worth of talent was on display from Man City today, and we easily beat him. I'm sorry, but second half there was only one team in it. We were going to win 1-0 or we were going to win 2-0. There was no way there was any way.
Well, even in the first half, if someone would have been a little bit more clinical today, it could have been 3 or 4-0.
It was piss easy, and hence the reason Pep is overrated. He's shit. You put him in charge of Burnley, he will not do a better job than what Sean Dyche is doing. Guaranteed.
I'll tell you what, Bob. If you look at it in the 3 Premier League games, the first 2-0 when Bergwijn scored in his debut, that game I was nervous. We were a shit show. Every single they should have battered us, and I was nervous. Yeah. The last 2-0 in November, I was a lot more confident because the defence, that's when we were good doing that low block and everything. But do you know what? And Cody said it as well. When we went 1-0 up, it's the first time since Poch that team looked fit and could last 90 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
That team had the stamina, and with the short time that Nuno's had them, that team looked fit. And the formation and shape, and you know what? They wanted to play for the manager. They kept their shape. They kept their discipline. I've spoken about it on Irishes, and I've spoken about that 2-footed lunge from Dele Alli near the end was disgraceful, and he is so lucky it didn't make contact because that could have been either career. It was disgusting, but his work rate, and everyone knows my feelings on Dele Alli recently. His work rate in the second half was something I hadn't seen from him. Second half, he was fantastic defensively. I thought offensively he offered nothing. But the as Cody said when we were there, the fitness of that team for the short amount of time was very, very impressive.
Yeah,
we got our Spurs back.
Yeah, we played them off the park. We did. We played them off the wall. We looked so comfortable against Pep Fraudio's team. What's he going to do? Go out and spend another 100 million or 200 million on a couple of players?
Striker,
mate. Yeah, no, sorry. You should not be coming out with. You've got no excuse after putting out the most expensive team for starting 11 in Premier League history. You've got no excuse not to win that game or to play like that.
That victory was so sweet because there wasn't a single fucking pundit that gave us a snowflake's chance in hell of winning that game. Not one of them.
And it's just sent ripples around the Premier League saying, look what they've done without Harry Kane. It was a big statement that came out. All right, yeah, it's the first game. Man City didn't have all their players out like we didn't, like every team didn't. But like Jason just said, no one gave us a absolute fighting chance or a slim chance. And it was just, I mean, Cody and I and Abdul, when we were watching it, we had Les Ferdinand and Shearer in the studio during the game. Yeah, and Shearer was like, Spurs were brilliant. Shearer was like literally the best team won, and it was just amazing to hear these things again about our club after so much of the summer of misery, the end of the season, which was quite frankly an absolute nightmare. How nice is it that the back pages tomorrow are going to be about us in a positive way?
It won't be though. It won't be. It'll be about City missing.
No, it'll be what City didn't have.
Yeah, it'll be about Harry Kane.
It'll be about Harry Kane.
I will admit, City didn't look fit though. They didn't look fit. I mean, I'm not making excuses for them, but they did not look fit, dude.
Oh, so you make them. You three in the middle went to the match today, didn't you? How many Spurs fans did you? How many Spurs fans did you have around you as well?
There was about 40 of us.
Yeah, I'll say about 40.
There's about 40 of us. And even like, I don't know if you heard as well, when we were me and Cody were outside at half time. I'm just having a cigarette. And then a dude came up to us and was just like, "You're Brian and Cody from We Are Tottenham TV." I was like, "Yeah." And it's but it's not just that. It's actually one of Ben and Simeon's very, very close friends who was at the Champions League final with Ben and Simeon. And literally, he had just arrived in Canada last week. And I was like, "Oh, okay. So, fair play." So he's got his visa and he's moved over here it was last Sunday, wasn't it, Cody? He's been here like a week.
Yeah,
it was just brilliant. It was just, you know what, this pub means a lot to me. It means a hell of a lot to me. And it's a great little pub. And like I said, I was so excited to meet up with Cody and Abdul. And then literally it was a great turnout and everyone's so fresh. It was just, the last time we were there was when we lost 1-0 to Everton.
Yeah.
And the 2 days before that, I lost my job at booking because the office closed, and it was the year anniversary of our miscarriage. So it was like literally the worst time ever. And then to walk in there today, and it was just so much excitement. The atmosphere was electric. It was just a great, great day. And just to be in a pub with people again, it was absolutely outstanding.
Right. Yeah. So next week, Wolves 2, Spurs 0.
Dude, it could happen. It could happen.
Nope.
No, I don't think so.
I don't either, but it could happen.
If it does, it puts today's game. Today's game is irrelevant, isn't it? If we're going to go out and lose against Wolves, then it's the same old Spurs.
One step forward, 2 steps back.
I'll tell you what. You know the team I really want to fucking turn over though. Like I really want us to turn West Ham. West Ham. God damn, I want us to thrash the shit out of them.
When do we next have them, Jay? Is it soon? Let's have a look.
God, I want us to beat West Ham so
Not in the
bad.
first 6.
Say again?
Not in the first 6 games.
No, we got to wait. But
we got them on October 24th away.
We owe them.
There we go, October 24th. Jay, book a flight to Toronto.
Oh, dude, if I could, I would.
And then we don't play them.
You'll be in the UK. You'll be in the UK, won't you?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I will be in the UK. Don't. If you want to book a flight to Toronto, I won't be here.
Cancel the flight.
I will be. I will be in England. I will be in England.
We can watch that from the hospital.
We will do that, buddy. We will do that. Like I said, I'm going to come up and visit you and spend a couple of nights up there. So we will do that, buddy.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Note to self:
100%.
do not step out of your cave when there's still people awake in the house. Honeydews.
Thanks for reminding me of that, Bob, because I was like literally planning like a meet up with Jane. It would have been like, yeah, well, thanks for booking your flight. I'm not here.
Book your flight, yeah. Hope you have a good time.
Oh, I'd love to watch a match surrounded by other Spurs fans.
Right now, Jace, I was saying this earlier. I hate Man City fans more than what I hate Arsenal fans right now, because they're so deluded, mate. I think Eugene mentioned it on the Chiefs Room podcast. He was he'd been supporting him since the 80s. It's the whole denial of the fact that they think they would have had all this success even if it didn't have all the money. It was purely down to...
As soon as they said gold ticket, that set them off. What was his name? Andy?
What are you on about? Yeah,
Andy.
what the fuck are you on about?
He just lost it. He just lost it right away. And you know
honestly,
what?
Deluded.
I can empathize with that because they've probably been hearing that for years and years from just about everybody, but it doesn't make it untrue. But you could just see it was a very soft spot, so you know how to trigger them.
Well, you know what? When HG kept saying, "I don't know where the money is, tell me," he was like, "No, you tell me." And I was like, "No, you've asked me the question. I don't know it. Tell me the answer." "No, you tell me." And then he kept going about customs. I was like, "What are you banging
Manchester
on about?"
United, yeah.
I was just like, "What?"
I watched this. I think it was. I can't remember, but there was a Man U fan on there and a Tottenham fan and a host, and they were going on about Kane. Sorry, a Man City fan. And the way he was going is like, well, just sell him to us. Like he wants to go. Yeah, and I was like, yeah. And the Tottenham fan was like, if you pay us the money, you can have him, but we're not giving him to you at the price you dictate. Like, go fuck yourself.
Jace, there's no need to be in denial. I'd say, well done, Man City. You've got the money. You spent it well. 100%. We saw what happened when we got the Bell money. We pissed out the wall. Apart from
Chelsea are no different.
But
Chelsea were a third-rate club before they got bought out by,
Roman.
Russian money.
Yeah,
They weren't nothing.
Own it. But the fact is,
don't get me wrong,
isn't that
I hate Chelsea.
Well, you were shit before 2008, mate. Own it. Money's brought you success. You've got an overrated manager.
I'll be honest, mate.
Coach.
I actually dislike Chelsea.
Yeah, I think
more than I dislike no, and I don't like Arsenal at all. I had some serious run-ins with them, but I hate Chelsea more than I hate Arsenal. I'm just putting that. I hate Chelsea.
I don't know about that.
You know what, Jay? I know where you're coming from because of the fans, but
Chelsea supporters.
and it is literally it is the fans, dude. It is.
Yeah, but you know what it is? During my time with my season ticket, my dad didn't care about me going absolutely anywhere, but he's like, I'm telling you now, you are not going Chelsea away. Because right then I was like, no, but I was like a young, naive little Jewish boy, and he was like, Brian, if you get caught, you're in a world. He was like, go to Highbury, go anywhere, go to Anfield, go to St James's Park. You are not. And I repeat, and I could have easily lied, but I was like, do you know what? He's so dead serious about this. I ain't doing it. And Chelsea fans, I mean, the thing I hate about Chelsea fans as well is David.
안녕하세요.
Brian's frozen. Yeah.
Dave Baddiel is on about. He's going to go on about Dave Baddiel.
His team sing Spurs are on the way to Auschwitz, Zeke Kyle, and says nothing. And I'm like, hello.
We missed half of that conversation because you froze.
You froze up, dude.
I mean, I've been to Chelsea's ground, and it's like it's a scary place to visit. Well, it was then anyway.
It's a shed still, isn't it, mate? They've got you say they were a second class or third class team, whatever.
They were though, Bob, weren't they?
Yeah, of course, mate.
They weren't going nowhere.
Their striker during my time, it was Mark Steen. Do you remember him?
Oh, mate, do you remember him? And Robert Fleck.
Robert Fleck, ex-Norwich. Yeah.
Tony Cascarino.
Yeah, what a team.
Mate.
Kerry Dixon.
Oh, Jesus.
Two bob. They were a two bob outfit.
They were.
And good luck to them. They're not now. Like
that's my nickname.
Thunder, they're not now.
But I want to go over some of the players.
Go on then. Go.
Yeah. So Lloris. I think he was today.
He made a flap in the first half.
Be honest,
they could have got a goal. They could have got a goal, but apart from that, he had to make one long-range save, and apart from that, it looked all right. I'm certainly not going to start saying drop Lloris because of that one flap, because let's be honest, Ederson made a same flap on the other side, and Lucas could have scored with the rebound and that Gundogan cleared off the line. So it's both keepers really had a similar performance. The only difference is that that Sonny scored.
We're having a party in here.
Yeah, man.
I'll be honest. I hate the one part. Well, there's two bits of Lloris's game, but the bit about Lloris's game that worries me the most.
Look at that
whenever he comes for a cross, I have zero faith in whenever Lloris comes out for a cross.
But you know what? I also think as well.
He punched the ball, didn't he? He punched the ball when he saved it.
I think as well, that flop was bad, and he was his normal reliable self throughout. But you know what? I think this season he's actually got genuine competition.
Oh yeah.
So I really think he is going to be on his game. But that flap, as soon as he did it, I was like, here we go.
Galini hasn't come to warm the bench.
Not at all.
That is not that dude's intention. So I'd say Lloris was a solid 7 out of 10. He didn't really have to do a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say he didn't get challenged much at all, except for maybe the last 20 minutes.
Yeah. So he did what he had to do, almost. Anyone else?
Who else say anything on Lloris that they want to talk about?
I think there was there was a little bit of fortune involved. You know, obviously the one play in the first half where he came out and you know he was never going to get to the ball to make a play on it, and I think it was Fernandinho that headed it wide. There was another play I think in the second half where he made a save, he palmed the ball away, and it just happened to come into the path of Davinson Sanchez, and he booted it long. Other than that, he was just kind of average. It was just kind of average.
There was one where go on.
No.
I was just gonna say there's one from De Bruyne that he came on and and he took one from range and he just punched it to the side.
Yeah,
but he does. You know when he does those diving saves, how often does he put it back into the danger zone and not
all the time.
palm it away from the
That's
danger
why I was
zone?
so happy with that save from Galini at Chelsea. He really got a palm to it and he pushed it really far out
like
wide.
a real strong palm. Anyway, but Lloris didn't do. He was Lloris. He was fine. I'm not going to knock the guy.
Starting on the left, what about Reguilon? How do you think Reguilon played today?
Yeah, solid.
Yeah, had the
I
discipline.
didn't think he do much.
He kept Mahrez quiet. I mean, Mahrez, you know, it became pretty evident that they were going to do the same thing over again. Pass the ball in midfield, play it out to Mahrez or Sterling, and try and get a couple of crosses in. Whenever Mahrez did get a cross in, the two centre backs looked after it pretty easily. So I think Reguilon was fine.
Yeah.
The fact that he didn't stand out for either making a rush tackle or you know, giving the ball away. I thought he was.
There was that
solid.
one slide where he slid in, and
that was Dele Alli, though.
Dele Alli did an impression of him at Chelsea.
Yeah. I thought it was regular. Oh, I thought it was regular, but no. When I did showed it when I watched it again, it was Dele Alli was put on the arse, not regularly actually.
It was a carbon copy of Reguilon against Chelsea.
That's it.
On his debut.
I thought, oh man, he's done it again. But then I rewound it.
Hold on, was that in the second half?
First.
No, the thing Will's talking about. Yeah, I know.
One in the second half. It was on the outside left corner of the box where he kind of slid into a tackle, got beat. He got back up, but luckily,
I remember. Yeah. He got up straight away, didn't he? Yeah.
You know the one thing I'll say about Reguilon with Reguilon, after the disaster of the last few weeks of last season, he couldn't have done any worse. And the fact that we're not sitting here talking about some bad stuff he did or some rash tackle or not tracking back, he did what he had to do, and he was getting forward and offering support, which is the shackles are off him, and that's the best way to get at him. So I think what he did well compared to the end of last season where he was absolutely atrocious. Yeah, it was a much more disciplined and better performance.
To be fair though, they were playing the ball to the right more times than to the left.
Yeah, they were. But that's not his fault. Like he can only deal with what come at him. He did, which he did.
It was solid.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. I mean, we just beat Manchester City. A little bit more positive.
Oh, no. Go on then. Next player.
Dyer.
Also happy when Ferran Torres is playing. I keep saying, man, this guy Ferran Torres is shit. Like,
you don't rate him, do you?
Ake too. Nathan Ake's garbage. Benjamin Mendy's trash.
One thing I want to point out about Reguilon,
terrible striker, man.
This is the average position according to SofaScore, and you can see how far up the pitch Reguilon was playing, despite the fact that I don't really remember him making a whole lot of impact on the offensive side. He was more of like, I felt like he had a solid game defensively, but you can see that he was kind of like playing in this lopsided position way far up the pitch. So I don't know if he was applying pressure. I can't remember, but I just thought that was interesting.
What's that? The Extra Inch is that website?
Yeah, it's just a Twitter account.
Right.
Yeah.
Dyer, I honestly, I thought Dyer handled his business.
Yeah, he had a good performance. I mean, we slate moon boots all the time.
I mean,
but we gotta give it to him when he plays well. Today he played fantastically.
He handled his business.
There's not one player that played crap, and that's something. There was the worst for me was like not even the worst Reguilon because it was quite average. That wasn't his fault because they were playing the ball down the right side more than down the left. But it wasn't even a bad performance from Reguilon because I have nothing bad to say about him. But just
Dyer handled his business for me.
I think the only thing you can say about Dyer is his passes were going a bit wayward at times, which is the reason why in my eyes Sanchez had a better game than Dyer, because I don't know where these pings are coming from, but they're coming out of somewhere.
I know that dude couldn't pass the ball for Toffee last season.
but Dyer, I think that's the only thing that's let him down tonight or yesterday, wherever you guys are. Is his distribution at times. He was passing, he was throwing balls left, right, centre, and sometimes it didn't hit.
As an ex-midfielder, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
But I mean, Dyer's performance today, like you said, he did his job, right? At least a lot of his headers that came into him, right? It went further away. Like last season, whenever he headed the ball, it was like 3 feet in front of him. So I guess maybe Nuno has given him some headers coaching or something. Hit the ball harder. Hit the ball harder.
Yeah,
I'll be honest though, the way we play suits our defense better anyway.
Yeah.
The system we're playing now suits the players we've got. Like
the way we're set up, you always looking for a cross or a cross from further afield, and with that, 9 times out of 10, Dyer and Sanchez will always win it in the air because they are good in the air. They might not always use it to their advantage, but the way we set up is going to be very rare. We see a team cut through the middle because of Højbjerg and Skippy there, just defend, just in front of the back four, so they'll have like a zigzag effect to cut off those through balls. So it's set up for crosses to come in and crosses from deep to come in as well. And I think that's where Dyer and Sanchez came to the fore today. They were easily heading him out, and they didn't have much. They didn't have much height up front as well, did they? City. So
they don't have a striker worth talking about. So
But something that I think is interesting is that it suits every player the way that we're playing, except for one player, and that's Harry Kane.
Bingo.
We were talking about that earlier.
It'd be interesting to see if he stays. Honestly, in a month's time, I'm not sure if he'll continue wearing a Spurs jersey. I don't know if you guys have talked about the chants. Are you watching Harry Kane? What do you guys think of that?
It should be expected, man. It should be expected. He's old enough and ugly enough to know he's going to get shit like that. It shouldn't come as a surprise. He's going to get booed when he comes on, rightfully or wrongfully. I wouldn't boo him. I don't think any of us here would boo him, but there will be an element of fan base who will boo him. He knows this, and if he doesn't, he's fucking stupid. He's going to get that. He's going to get chance. He's going to everything. But you know what? Once if he stays and he hits a hat-trick in, he's going to be the king of the lane. He's going to be the best striker we've ever seen. Because you know what? Believe it or not, I might be wrong. Fans are fucking fickle.
Before we start talking about a guy who wasn't even there today, let's finish going through the squad. Tanganga, amazing,
sensational.
My God, you know when you have like money in your pockets and then a week later you wash your clothes and you find the money in the washing machine. In a week's time, Japhet Tanganga will be opening his washer and finding Jack Grealish and Raheem Sterling.
Yeah,
it's just what a performance from this guy. I want to see this guy starting more in the season. There's some players in our defense that are young that have been so underrated last season. For example, Joe Rodon, who I still think has been disrespected and deserves way more minutes. But Tanganga, he's one of those where I would really want to see him, and I think he's gonna fit into the Nuno plan. I'm not sure where he came off at the end. It was a little bit of a weird one when he came off.
Well, we'd had
I think it was just a bit more legs.
Precaution as well.
He had a yellow card going into the last 10 minutes. You don't want to get the man sent off.
I use a different analogy. I said that when Raheem Sterling has a poo tonight, there'll be a bit of Tanganga coming out because it was right up his ass throughout the game.
We have a kid there, Bob.
The one thing I will say is any talk of that guy going on loan needs to be shut right now. True. Like, you're not going on loan. Forget it. There's no way. Do you know what? Like I've said, I still think he's a better centre-back. But right now, he's our best right-back by a country mile.
100% agree.
I think he is a superstar in the making. He is a colossus. He is superb, and there's no way this guy should even be thought about going out on loan.
Look, Brian, I don't want to overstate Tanganga's influence on the game, but let's be honest.
How could you overstate?
I thought that he completely changed the tone of the game. We were under duress from an early point in the game. And right off the bat, he put Jack Grealish on his ass. And not once, but he racked up, I think, 3 fouls in the first 10 or 15 minutes and hard fouls. Like, I could have sworn he was going to get a yellow card there.
I'll be honest.
How cynical he's getting. But he just, the thing is, you could tell that he was going to be the target of Manchester's attack. And he did not back down from that challenge one bit. As a matter of fact, he drew a line in the sand and said, you know what? Come at me, bro, because I'm ready for you. And he showed it. I thought he completely changed the tone of the game. And after we kind of survived that initial burst from City, we had some fight, and it started with him.
I've never seen so many final warnings from a referee. Right, do it again.
When they, yeah, but
It's not the one where they brought Hugo.
this is your last chance. This is your last chance. Don't do it again. All right, okay, that was your last chance.
For me,
Luis, come here, mate.
For me, him and Mora were out there, but for me, I agree. Tanganga definitely changed the tone.
Yeah.
For the way the game was swinging, and I'm telling you, when they saw Aurier wasn't playing, they probably thought, "Fuck." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they would have had terrors if that had been either of the other two playing their early doors. We'd have been in trouble.
He led by
Big
example.
trouble. Oh yeah, without that.
Other players probably look at him thinking, "This 21-year-old's outdoing us in commitment, in hard press, in fire, in."
But see, that's the Tanganga we saw glimpses of when he debuted against Liverpool.
Against Liverpool, yeah,
exactly.
Tomorrow, I'm
this is
actually
this
going
game.
to...
It was better than Liverpool. Hands down,
100%. That's what I'm saying. We saw glimpses of that against Liverpool.
Tomorrow, I'm actually going to print Tanganga's name on the back of my kit.
Yeah,
that's dope, man. That's dope.
And then he
I'm
gets
cheap.
loaned
I'm
to
getting Delhi.
Galatasaray.
You should get Sanjay.
They charge you by the letter in
there you
Canada.
go. I'm
Is that
getting
how it
some.
works?
Huh?
Do they charge you by the letter in Canada?
I don't live in Canada.
Yeah, they charge you by the letter. Yeah.
Here they
He
don't.
doesn't live in Canada.
Flat fee, $10. You put whatever you want on it.
Oh, I'm totally. Well, we've gone through this, Will. I'm ordering my shirt through you.
Don't go,
You
go for
get it
Jaff.
cheaper than
Let's
I
go for
would
Jaff.
anyway.
Let's go for Jaff.
Hit me up on Twitter,
What if you
man.
brought like a whole
I
paragraph?
will.
Yeah, flat fee, $10. I think they have character limits, but it's like 20 something.
I'm just gonna be putting Tanganga. Well, actually,
Then, like if
cost
you want the
25 grand.
patches, like you can get different competitions. Conference league or.
So if,
I'm not getting that. I'm
so
not
if
getting
I
that for
if
sure.
if I wanted, I could get Cody Mac.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
You have to.
unpopular decision. I kind of like that fucked up looking kit.
I'm getting.
It's
pissed
growing
off.
on me.
I'm getting pissed off.
No,
about
it
this.
is. No, that kit is growing on me in a big way. I don't mind it at all. There you go. Now you can all rinse me.
All right,
It's out there.
going to the two in the pivot.
You've missed someone out. You've
Did we
missed
see
someone out that I
Sanchez
want to
yet?
talk to. Exactly.
Oh,
I want to talk about him before I go for a cigarette. So I just want to talk about him. He was absolutely outstanding today. And even in the 90th minute, when he made a like a sliding tackle in the half,
De Bruyne,
he seemed, I think, under Pochettino, all right, he had Toby and Jan next to him, and you're always going to play well. But when Mourinho in that Amazon documentary first said, do you know what, when we played you in the Europa, I told all the players to gang up on you because you're the weakest. It's like, oh yeah, thanks for the confidence. But Nuno's come in, and today, and against Arsenal, his passing was phenomenal. But today, Davinson Sanchez was everywhere and was absolutely phenomenal. And on that note, he has a bit, but I'm going to go for a cigarette. I'll be right back.
Yeah, he looks a bit more powerful. He looks a bit more muscly, doesn't he? He looks like he's put a bit of muscle on.
No, I think Nuno has coached Sanchez well. Every time he went down yesterday in the game, right, he actually got the ball, and he didn't just go down like going down for the sake of going down. It sounds bad, I know.
That's my ex used to say that to me.
Yeah.
Every time you go down, the best out of his defenders.
I think personally, I thought Davinson Sanchez was like, he put in like a low key man of the match performance. He really did. That's how good he was. It seemed like every time that there was a loose ball in a dangerous area, it was him that was getting to it and clearing and making the correct plays. I'll say this: don't underestimate the power of a good night's sleep, because this time last year, Davinson Sanchez became a father.
Yeah.
And so that means that this time, right around now, would be the time when his baby would be starting to sleep through the night. And do not underestimate the power, because when you're fatigued, when you're not sleeping well, when your routines are off, especially as a professional athlete where the margins are so fine, all it takes is for you to be off of your routine just a hair. And that difference in mental acuity can be the difference between Davinson Sanchez flat on his face with Ilkay Gundogan scoring, and Davinson Sanchez today. So I'm not going to get ahead of myself and say that this is the new Davinson, but like, just let's hope the guy's getting some fucking sleep, you know?
Yeah.
Is that argument put towards Ndombele as well, Code? Do you reckon?
Yeah. You're giving Ndombele an excuse.
He's done. He's done now.
All right, so what about Oliver Skip?
Oh,
he had a ropey start. Like he started a little bit ropey to begin with, but once he found his legs, he didn't do too much wrong. Like he was where he needed to be. He put his foot in when he needed to.
I thought he was a little bit jumpy.
He was to begin with, 100%.
His name is Skippy.
Way better than Winks, though.
he almost gave away a pen.
That was a good tackle.
No, I think that was a pen.
Where he shoved Grealish on the edge of the box in the first half.
Oh yeah, that was like the first play of the game.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. He had a bit of a ropey start, but once he got his confidence up, I'll be honest, man, it was just nice to see.
I don't think that was a foul at all.
the-
If you looked shoulder to shoulder, he was shoulder to shoulder with him.
No, he
started
shoved
the
Grealish
match
from behind, right on the edge of the box.
Yeah, it was a
Grealish went
foul.
flying into the box. That was the one. Like Gundogan had a free kick, and then
It was a
Skippy was
foul.
the one that headed
I
over
don't
the
know.
bar.
Jack
Right?
Grealish took 2 or 3 steps and then fell down.
I know, but
That's Jack Grealish
it was a
thing.
dangerous play that close to the box. Look at where they gave.
Even the
free kick.
commenters here in the U.S. said there was nothing in that.
Well,
Come on, Will.
doesn't
Those
change
US
the fact that they
commentators-
called it a foul.
Right. I mean,
You
they
know,
called it a
Colin-
foul just simply because he was calling everything. Anytime Jack Grealish hit the ground, he was calling a foul.
Yeah.
there you go.
I don't
He
think.
started
lot
the
of those
game as a
tackles-
boy. Sorry, mate.
No,
I
go
was going to say he started the game as a boy and ended it like a man. But you say, Will, he was jumpy with
jumpy.
a nickname like Skippy. You know, it's kind of expected.
A little skippy.
I honestly like. It was nice to see one of our other midfielders get the ball, turn around, and face forward with it.
He got a couple good balls forward too, a little bit.
He didn't look out of place. I'll say that.
No, that's it. That's the thing, Code. Yeah, you're right. You're right. He
Really
looked comfortable,
encouraging.
didn't he?
And the thing is, you can tell that he's put on some bulk as well. He looks like he's ready to endure the physicality of a 38-game Premier League season.
Yeah.
And played 43 matches with Norwich in the league last year. So it was really encouraging to see that I wasn't even sure if he was going to start. I wasn't sure if it would be him or Lo Celso that came in. And not only did he not look out of place, but like you guys say, he started a little shaky and just grew into the game. And I didn't feel like we lost that much going forward with having both him and Højbjerg as those defensive mids in there. I was really happy with Skippy.
The only thing that worries me a little bit about Skip is I never realized how short he was. And he was getting beat aerially.
It's
But Will,
taller
look
than
at-
Winks.
Well,
All the
look
time.
at Lucas Moura. Shortest man on the field wins every single header.
Yeah, but
He's
he's got like a 20-foot vertical leap, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Like, it's just,
Yeah.
But when you want to get to something,
When he jumps up with somebody, he's head to head with them, right? Whereas when
Yeah.
Skip
Yeah.
was going up to win aerial duels, he
Crazy,
was like
man.
at their shoulder, right?
Do you think
I mean,
with the friendlies,
white boys can't jump, right? So
do you think with the friendlies with Højbjerg and Skip starting against, I don't know if can't remember if it started against Chelsea, but certainly against Arsenal and now Man City. Do you reckon that's first team midfield, first 11 midfield? Moving
I
forward?
believe that's what he's going to move forward with for now.
Yeah.
I wonder if you might see. I wonder if you might see Lo Celso come into that side instead of either Delhi or.
do we want
Skippy.
to though?
Against weaker sides is what I was
Against
getting
weak
at.
sides, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
honestly,
there'll
man,
be a rotation going on. Yeah.
I think
And
there's
the
a
thing-
player in Lo Celso. Like he's
Yeah.
just had a
not
bad. He's
seeing
just
it.
been injured.
We'll get to Lo
Dude,
Celso in a
needs to
minute.
show
We'll get to
it.
Lo
He
Celso
just
in a
hasn't
minute.
been fit properly though, is he?
We'll get to Lo Celso in a minute. Next one is Højbjerg. I thought he was great today.
I thought he was fantastic as well.
He had a couple of
Oh,
errant
that's right,
passes, but other than that, he was fantastic.
He was getting forward a lot more, higher
think
up
it
the
was a
pitch, kind of like he did in the Euros.
I'm pretty sure
He's
Skippy was
talking
playing
non-stop as
deep-
well, Will.
the deeper of the two, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah,
he was
most
playing
of the
deep.
time.
by far the deepest.
He actually allowed. He gave Højbjerg the freedom to move forward a bit more.
And I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he came off with a knock.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to the ground, didn't he, for a bit.
His
I think
ankle.
Mahrez
he was
rolled his
talking-
ankle.
But that's a good thing about having Skip, because he played every single minute in the Premier League last season. Now we're gonna have Oliver Skip to give him
Championship.
some rest.
Who plays alongside Skippy, though?
He was speaking to Romero, Højbjerg, when Romero came on and said, "Look, we got to do this," or someone else at defence, we got to do that. He was constantly talking. Then when he went off for Romero, he was saying, "Think, come on, you can do it. You can do it." He was very vocal.
He was like, "We got to
vocal.
We're nearly there, boys."
You can see here,
Very
look at how much
vocal.
further up the pitch the average position was for
There you
Højbjerg,
go,
who's
yeah.
number 5, compared to Skippy, who's number 29.
Yeah.
No, I didn't think Højbjerg did anything special, but it was like a stock. It was what we've come to expect from Højbjerg, which is a rock solid performance.
Who was
Good
the
aerial
player
wins.
who was the player that accidentally stepped on Grealish and then he shaked Pep Guardiola's hand? I think that might have been.
Oh no,
Sanchez.
that was Sanchez. Oh, I love that. He wasn't having
Sanchez.
none of that shit from fucking him, was he?
Was that Højbjerg?
No, that was
Sanchez.
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 Oh yeah, that was Sanchez. That was Sanchez.
Pep was getting lippy, and Sanchez kind of leant in to go, "You what?"
Yeah, he grabbed
All right.
both his hands, didn't he? Went, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah, all right.
Bad to
Fuck
him.
off.
Yeah,
Fuck
just,
off.
just, just,
Højbjerg.
just going back to that chart that Cody Mack or Will Stewart showed us of like the people's average positioning in the pitch. I do see
Bring
that
that
you know Davinson Sanchez is a lot higher than Eric Dyer, so that could
course,
probably
yeah.
indicate
Yeah.
it could probably indicate that Cristiano Romero was going to pair up with Eric Dyer because Romero is going to be a very aggressive center back. So you know, I can see Romero replacing Sanchez if this wasn't a coincidence and if Nuno actually told Sanchez to get a lot higher and put Dyer as a kind of like a sweeper, as like a deeper center back. You know, we can really see, you know, Cristiano Romero replacing Sanchez. So
Oh yeah,
hope-
Romero's
I
a
hope-
baller as well. He can play football.
I just hope he doesn't make the change against Wolves. I really don't, because I mean one thing Nuno needs to do is gain the trust of the players and vice versa. And if he's saying clean slate, I know what you're going to say, Will, but if he's going to say clean slate, and they haven't let him down so far, we know there's a blunder coming. We all know there's a blunder coming from
I'm
Dyer
sorry,
and
I'll
Sanchez.
play Romero as soon as he's fit.
I know, I would as well, but as a manager, I think he won't. Purely and simply, he's been given no reason right now to drop Dyer or Sanchez. How could he justify?
I'll give you a
dropping
reason.
either of them?
I'll give you a reason. They're trying to sell Sanchez to anyone.
Pavilion.
No, mate. It's,
No,
if they sell him,
well,
then
they
fair
are
enough,
though.
then-
Yeah, but
then
if
it's
they're trying to
it's
sell him
their opinion.
anyway, why keep playing him? Like I'd play Romero as soon as he's fit enough.
We've
Simply
done
for the
that part.
fact
We've
too
done
that
that part.
otherwise you'll get stuck in that same rut that Jose did, where Eric Dyer started off the season last season well, and it was ended up being in there for like 12 weeks, and it took 2 or 3 horrible performances that cost us points before he ended
Jose
up
didn't drop him. Jose didn't drop him after he was playing shit. Whereas I think Nuno needs to. He will. He's the type of manager who think, right, you've had a bad game, you're out, and he'll be justified for that. But right now, I think questions would be raised if he dropped
Not
certain
by me.
players for no reason. If it's a pure clean slate and he's judging the players from whenever Nuno came, there is absolutely no reason being given to Nuno to drop either of them, apart from the fact that we brought in a 50
For
million.
me, Bob,
I
if
agree.
If he's in training and Nuno sees that he's a better player in that position than either of them two, Nuno has to play him. I'm so there's no room for like sentiment or you played well last game. If the better player in that position, as he sees it, is fit, then that player plays. Now, if that better player happens to be Sanchez, I guess then play him. Do you know what I mean? That's just how I see it.
If we
Do
can
you
get
know
a
what it is as well,
consistent
Jay?
Sanchez-
What it is? Go on, Eugene.
No, sorry. If we can get a consistent Sanchez, right, I'll keep him, right? Because we need the rotation. We need a squad.
The more,
right.
the more good players.
We
the
need to
better,
have we need to have a confident Sanchez, because Sanchez is a confidence player. He's one of those confident players. If he's playing good, then he'll play good. If he's playing bad and in bad form, he won't play good.
But what if he's
That
playing
could be
good and he's played excellent, like we all, and he gets
Yeah.
dropped? What's that going to do to his confidence?
So, Bob,
Right.
you know what it is as well? What's happened with this is, like we said with Galini for Lloris, I think with Romero coming in, these two know there is genuine competition, and it's like literally one mess up, one mistake, one suspension, your place is gone. And I think for once there is actually, we're starting to get a couple of positions, the goalkeeper being one, and now Romero, where there is genuine competition. Like there is a person ready to take your place. One mistake, you're done, and it can only be good for the squad.
I mean, he's the most expensive defender we've ever signed in club history, so he's got to be. He's got to be played.
Yeah. I mean,
in my opinion, I wouldn't mind seeing, especially if you're going against weaker teams. Why not play Sanchez and Romero? Why does it have to be Dyer?
Yeah.
Because even though Romero, if you look at Atlanta's center backs, all of them push pretty high up the pitch. They're all very young and very active type center backs. You don't have to have some old slow fart who sits back there and just.
I know what you're saying, Abdul. You know, with regards to Dyer playing, I think that probably looks bad on Dyer rather than looking negative on Sanchez. If we're playing the Poch way, we're going to play with a high line, and out of that diagram after that graphic, it looks like Dyer has been playing the deeper. It means I don't know, is he doing his job? And if you've got Romero who has got pace, and you've got Sanchez who has got pace, we can afford to play that higher line. So, Will's right.
When Toby and Yan were young, they both pushed up.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Did you boys see the Sonny interview? And the bit I found interesting... The one I think it was with the club guy. Either way, the bit I found...
Miles.
The bit I found interesting when they were asking him about the system, and he basically said, we haven't got time to fully play what the system the manager wants yet. So there's still some tweaks and changes that are going to be going on.
Improvements coming.
Maybe a Kane needs to come back into the system. Maybe he was referring to that.
Maybe.
He did say on Sky Sports that Harry's world class, and we hope he stays with the club moving forward. So I think there's hope.
But his eyes said, "Fuck him."
Yeah.
And next on the list.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Dele Alli. I thought he played well today.
I thought he played well after he made a few mistakes. Because he started off a little bit, losing a few balls. I don't know if it was that he had Pep Guardiola's daughter in mind, but
I think he did everything the manager asked
going
him
round
to
tonight, their house tonight.
I think he did everything the manager asked him to do, and in the second half, that is the most energetic Dele Alli I've ever seen.
He was flat out, wasn't he? He was flat out with the last.
He gave it his all, and I can't fault him for that.
He covered the most ground of any player on the pitch.
I thought I was looking at 2016, 2017 Dele Alli.
See, I wouldn't go that far because he's still not making.
No, I think we're seeing is
he's playing a different position.
We're seeing 18-19 Dele right now. Is what we're seeing.
We're seeing an evolution. He's realized that he's never going to be the player that he once was.
Mature.
That you mentioned from 2016, 2017, because it's just it just doesn't fit into the side anymore. It doesn't necessarily fit into the game as much anymore. He's realized that he's got to work, and that's what I saw from him today. I didn't feel like I felt like he was a little bit anonymous going forward, but
in the first half, second half, he had a few more balls in behind.
He was, but I was definitely impressed with his work rate. He kind of played a little bit like we saw Steven Bergwijn play last year, where maybe he wasn't right in the thick of things going forward, but on the defensive side, like how many times was Dele defending as deep as the 18-yard box? And he got sat down the one play there. I forget if it was Mahrez that sat him down, but he's definitely changing. And Nuno said it. Nuno was asked about that in his post-match press conference, and Nuno's response was, "We have to put players in positions where we're playing to their strengths," and he called Dele a runner. So I don't know if this is a role that Nuno is trying to instill on him to impress upon him. But he made an impact in the game more so maybe than he did all last year. So it was good to see.
100%.
With players like Dele, you run into a situation where it kind of turns into Dele's a Pogba-like player, right? Where he'll have games and he'll show flashes and moments of absolute brilliance and then just disappear for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how those players are.
There's been that sense of entitlement that he thinks is so good that the team needs to build around him as well. Whereas like Coach says, there's an evolution within the team, and he needs to fit around the team as well. Plus, with the high press front three we've got, his runs into the box aren't going to be that often. They're going to be at a premium because you're not going to get that chance. The runners into the box will normally be a Lucas Moore or a.
Well, we were
Bergwijn.
playing a
They're
4-3-3
still-
today, and in a 4-3-3, there's no number 10. So
Yeah, exactly. So his runs into the box aren't going to be that often. He lived off late runs into the box, so he will need to adapt. But I think he needs to come out of that mindset that he's so good that the team needs to work. Because I've heard people saying, "Oh, he really misses Eriksen. That's why he got." No, I'm sorry, mate. If you're having to rely on one player to make yourself a great player, then you need to be better than that. So he needs to adapt. I think.
Yeah, but the whole team misses Eriksen. The whole team could use a prime Christian Eriksen, Bob. Right?
Yeah.
But like, the Pogba
yeah.
disrespect is real in this chat right now. Like, sorry, like
Why?
we can't be putting Dele Alli in the same sentence. Not at all. Especially on a weekend where Pogba came
16,
out with
17, 17, 18, he was every bit as good as Pogba was.
100%.
Maybe, but
No,
like,
but-
Pogba has always had a higher ceiling, and he's always been capable of the more
What does
spectacular.
Pogba do?
Dele
No,
cannot
he's
score.
overrated,
What is like the most the goal that Dele has scored that is an absolute screamer? Like
Crystal Palace.
Pogba can do
Palace.
things that Dele Alli
There's a bunch of them.
simply can't
What
do.
about that
France.
cycle kick he did last year?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Oh, in
good.
Europa.
Hey,
Against-
Man United last
RZ
year. Man
Pellet.
United last year.
That was a good goal.
Away
That was
from
a
Man
good goal.
United last year. Yeah, he's the single take he when he took the ball down against Chelsea after
Yeah.
the Eric Dyer ball through, one touch. The two headers, those two headers, don't underestimate the two headers he did against Chelsea. You want to go on, Code?
I'm
haven't
keeping
proven
very
anything.
quiet
he
about
had
my
two
thoughts,
whole-
Ali.
he had 2 whole seasons of brilliance.
All I'm saying
You could
is,
probably, if you made a highlight reel of like based on like the talent and skill involved in scoring a goal, Paul Pogba probably has 5 or 7 goals that Dele Alli is simply not capable of scoring before you would even get to Dele Alli's more spectacular goal. In my
The
opinion,
only reason Paul Pogba was great against Leeds United, you know why? Because he felt like it. When he doesn't feel like it, he won't play.
yeah, but you can accuse Dele of that in the last.
Yeah,
couple.
exactly.
Yeah, and
exactly.
Paul Pogba's
And
contract's
and
coming up.
that's exactly where the comparisons come in, Jace. They both seem to be the same, but
Yeah, but I
Jay,
think
how many
Dele's
strikers, how many players start playing like that when their
Yeah,
contract's up and it's in the talk? Oh,
But the thing
PSG,
is-
my contract's up, and then they sign the contract. Pogba is very, very hot and cold. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, if you check his Juventus goals, he has
But-
scored some blockbusters.
Who's
Pogba-
Arsenal's striker that was performing before he got his contract signed and then disappeared last year?
Pogba,
Mate,
on
and
his
long may
day,
it continue.
Right.
Pogba on his day is one of the best players in the world. I'm sorry, Dele is not that anymore. Not on his best day. When was the last time Dele showed something that would make you be able to have an argument that he was one of the best players in the world? It's not even close.
I think we found a Pogba lover.
Other than
Shun him. Shun
other
him,
than this
everybody.
weekend, other than Saturday's performance, when was the last time Paul Pogba had a performance where you thought that he was one of the best midfielders in the world?
He had a bunch of good games last year. Absolutely, he carried that team in the middle of the season at different points. He did.
I can't remember.
He did. He
a single
scored
one.
some absolute screamers in doing it as well. The thing is, a lot of what
Bruno
Paul
Fernandes
Pogba brings,
was
a lot of what
world-class last
Pogba
season.
brings to the pitch for Man United doesn't make the highlight reel either. He's an incredible passer of the football. He brings a dynamic. You think Toby Alderweireld is good at pinging the ball? Pogba is on another level.
Enough of Man U. Dele did what the manager asked him to do, and he covered a lot of grass. And to be honest, I'll give the guys those because I criticised him enough in the past. So
For me personally, I'm just thinking Dele Alli is keeping that position warm for someone else. That's all I don't have no confidence in Dele Alli as a box-to-box midfielder. I still think he's not that good in the middle
He's
of the
better
pitch.
than Sissoko.
He's not
He's a better 8 than Sissoko.
He's not better than
Sissoko was
Lascelles.
never an 8 for me. It was never a good 8.
Being better than Sissoko isn't much of a. Is not very high.
I'm just saying, it's an upgrade on Sissoko.
I do see Lascelles taking his spot though.
Exactly, easily.
I don't. And we'll get on to the next one, and that is Lucas Moura.
Man of the match, sensational.
Absolutely.
I've called it player of our season. That's how good he's going to be. He was absolutely brilliant. And I said on a couple of streams, I have a feeling that Nuno is going to use him in the mould like Adama Traore. Like, get him in the middle. When we break, give him the ball and break. And he was, apart from scoring, his passing was a couple of passes were a bit wayward. But for me, hands down, man of the match. Sensational, a side of Lucas that we'd never seen, and I expect huge things for him. He was ginormous today. He was phenomenal.
I have to call out a few of the guys from Paxton Road. I'm not gonna say which ones, but Cody and I were on a stream where they said they would rather sell Lucas Moura than Giovanni Lo Celso, and polls were put out on Twitter, and a lot of fans agreed. And I just have to say, I told you so.
A certain Mr. Harris.
I still sell Lucas before I sold Lo Celso
Nope.
at this point.
How can you say that? He was the best player on the pitch today by far.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But you have
So you're
to
going to sell
about...
our best player for a guy who came on for 20-something minutes and was completely anonymous, except fell down and rubbed his shoulder a couple times?
Who's got the higher ceiling?
Lucas Moura.
No. Lucas Moura is playing at his ceiling. This is maybe the best version of Lucas Moura that we've seen.
Not true. He's been doing this since he played for PSG, man.
No.
Yes, he has.
He went missing.
Guys, just very quickly. I'm just dropping off for about half an hour. I've got something to take care of, and I'll be straight back. So I'm just going to drop out for a bit, but I'll be coming straight back, guys. All right?
Sounds good.
See you soon. Leave you out.
Yep.
Go watch PSG clips from 16,
He can't
17
see me, but I waved
of
it.
Lucas Moura's dribbling ability.
Between Ajax and, like, I don't know, last February, Lucas was really anonymous. You know, like he may have been getting played in the wrong position, and he was outstanding today. In fact, I think the Spurs official Twitter account posted like a poll saying who was your man of the match, and the options were Son, Sanchez, Moura, and Tanganga. And Moura was a distant third, according to the voters. And I thought he was getting done dirty because he was only getting like 13-14% of the vote. I thought he was fantastic today. He showed an aspect. He showed a side of his game that we haven't seen much of either.
At PSG, mate. PSG.
The whole shit housing. Like, I don't know if this is something that Nuno is trying to like instill in the players in terms of like getting on the nerves of the opposition. But it's an element that we've been missing. And it takes it's the dark arts. You know what I mean? Like getting under the skin of Ruben Diaz, keeping the ball away, getting Man City out of their comfort zone, making them feel like they're getting bullied. That's not really what you would have thought Lucas Moura would have like in his bag. But we saw that today, and we saw that from multiple players that you may not have expected that from their recent personalities, like Tanganga bowling Grealish over and then, you know, patting him on the back of the head. Oh, did I mess your hair up? You know, that kind of thing. So Lucas was great. He was great today for sure.
Yeah.
But I still think Lo Celso has a higher ceiling.
Yeah. Speaking of shithousery,
what has Lo Celso done though?
Eric Lamela has just scored a brace today for Sevilla.
Oh yeah.
What has Lo Celso done for this team at all?
Well,
when Harry Kane was hurt before lockdown, Lo Celso was fantastic.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah, he was
we have to give him a little bit.
That
of
game
time.
against Leipzig, in the Champions League, right before we went out, the one in Germany, he played fantastic in that game. So he was actually making quite a lot of tackles.
Moura's 29, right? He's got X. The thing is that these are the things that I'm not just saying like who would I play today. It's who would I sell, who would I keep, right? Lo Celso is younger. Most of the problem with Giovanni Lo Celso is he's had injuries. when do you make a decision as to whether or not a player is injury prone as opposed to a player who has had bad luck? Is Giovanni Lo Celso always going to be hurt? He's going to be the next Lamella. Who knows? But Moura has an expiry date that's upcoming. I'm sorry. Like, Giovanni Lo Celso could be an impact player for this club for 6 more years. Lucas Moura cannot. That's how I look at it.
So one for the future.
Yeah,
Lucas is also at like peak value right now. Yeah. This is as much as he'll be worth going forward.
It's 4:30 in the morning, guys. So I'm gonna head to bed.
Peace out, brother.
Big up, and coming you Spurs.
Bobby,
yeah, I'm fucking shut. Yes.
Are you doing your afternoon show today?
Yes, I'm doing a day after. Oh yeah, that's it. I'm doing a day after the day before. Sorry, the day after day before show. 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. I've got Brian on. Did you want to come on, mate?
Yeah, I'll be on.
Yeah. All right, I'll send you a link.
Send me the link in case I can make it. I know I said I wasn't going to make it, but I might try.
I don't want to be there, Bob.
What time is it?
Sorry, mate.
Said I don't want to go on your show.
What time is it going to be on to see?
1:30 in the afternoon, man. I don't know what that's.
And Cody, if you thought that like this was like me mocking you, it wasn't. I was just doing super stuff.
Oh, okay. I did think you were mocking me.
You have to look at the chat.
I just thought Will's going to be in the thing again.
Okay, Bob. Catch up later with you, Bob. Right. Take care. Have a good sleep. All right. Bye.
Oh. So you're saying Goguma was mocking me?
Yes, If anybody was mocking you, it would have been her.
Blame it on Goguma.
Don't blame it on Goguma. Goguma's the best.
She knows that I think she's the best.
Yeah, she's the best. Yeah.
No, because the only reason why I even did it right at that time was because it was like 11:31, and Aaron had said that he couldn't see, like he could see it on the PC but not on the TV. So I was like, I better make sure. I had put it up once and then took it down and put it back up. But that's why I was doing that. And I didn't realize until after the fact. I was like, man, maybe Cody probably thought that I was.
Who's the next player?
At first, I thought you were walking over the
Bergwijn.
Next player is Ilkay Gundogan. Look at that fat ass. We think Ndombele's fat. That guy is huge, man.
That's wide.
Stevie B. Stevie B should have scored that goal. Yeah,
look,
he should have scored that goal.
He had a fantastic performance, Stevie.
Yeah.
It wasn't as easy as it looked.
No.
Yeah.
I know.
The thing is with
yeah.
The thing
I was
going to
say he took it with a left, didn't he?
One more touch. One
with
more
Bergwijn,
touch and he's got a gimme.
Yeah, I can guarantee you that Bergwijn, when he's running up to that ball, he was thinking, "Oh, if I miss this, I'm gonna get blurred in the media. I'll get blurred."
And he wasn't that far from missing it either. But I want to explain something to people for that. When the goalkeeper comes out and puts pressure on you like that, that's not easy to do it. And people are like, "Oh, you just dink it over the top." No, he didn't even have control of it until right as Ederson is sliding into him. And I thought he was lucky to get it away. I mean, granted, it's one on one, and you're like, yeah. I mean, what Son and Harry Kane do in situations like that is not something that everybody in the league can do, right? Yeah. That's why they're world-class players.
So. Yeah.
But I think it's not a coincidence that he's missed these opportunities consistently.
Stevie B will have his chances, right, to improve. His performance, he did quite well. Going forward, the speed that he had, and he did give the the MCD defense a bit of troubles and worries. But like we all been saying before, he still needs a lot of shooting practice. Okay, he still needs a lot of shooting practice.
Yeah. But he got the assist for Sonny's goal.
I just feel like Bergwijn is like always on the cusp of exploding. Really, like we've seen the quality that he can have, but we've also seen like how consistently we're talking about him in this way, where it's like he's just on the wrong side of the inch, or he just doesn't have that last killer instinct to. But like Will said, that is not an easy play to make.
As easy as it looks.
I thought maybe he would have been better off trying to take one more touch and get around Ederson, but that all happens so fast. It was good. The thing is, he's a utility player. I don't think we're going to ever get like 15 goals a year from Steven Bergwijn, but what we will get is a forward player who is able to track back and also play a key role in our press. And that was I thought that was on full display today. And he's when he gets out in the open on the counterattack, you can see how dangerous and lethal he is as well. Like,
that was the best I'd seen him on a counterattack ever.
He made excellent heads up passes in the counter that even early on, I felt like Sonny had a few chances where he should have pulled the trigger. He should have just been being selfish. And, we ended up squandering the opportunity and ended up passing it back. But I thought Bergwijn in transition was very dangerous looking today. And when you consider the quality of the opposition that we were going up against, that's very promising. Very promising. I don't know how much we're going to look to counterattack against weaker sides, but Man City looked wide open today on the counter. Really, there were so many times where we were in 3-on-3 situations going forward. You can't count on that from Man City in the future. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then moving on to the last player of the day, we've got Mr. Son Heung-min, which I think was the official man of the match. Correct?
Yeah.
The rising sun.
Typical.
The rising
Scoring
sun.
goal.
Pretty sure
what
Levy
it
had
is
to.
for people that don't know, it's people who vote on the Premier League app are the people who win man of the match, Budweiser king of the match. So you actually vote as a fan. I think Jaffa Tanganga was actually in second place in the voting when I did it. And what it is most of the time is FPL players who are voting for the person who scored because they want to get that extra 3 bonus points.
Yeah.
You have to understand that there's 4 or 5 million FPL players that are out there who are actively watching and voting.
Man of the match gets you extra points?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. I didn't know that.
But look,
No wonder Mora wasn't getting any love.
No, I voted for Son.
Yeah.
You're shameless.
Heck yeah, dude.
I triple captain Son, and I didn't know what was that in FPL. But 30 points from it.
Wow, that paid off.
No, sorry. First time playing FPL.
On a triple
First time
captain
playing
card.
FPL. So
Yeah, me too. I don't know, but it just felt the need to
My
ruin
little
my
brother,
weekends.
who I didn't even know watched football, starts texting me today during the game. And he's like, I got Son and Lloris in my FPL team. Like, since when did you start watching football? I'm like, you do know, like, I have like one of the largest YouTube channels in the United States, right? Like, I do videos on this stuff. He's like, yeah, that's why I'm like fanboying. I'm like, I didn't even know you watched my show. Like, I haven't heard from you in like months. Now all of a sudden, because Son scored a goal, you're all like, you're texting me. I haven't heard from you in like a year.
What's his name?
Like, how's the family?
Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean. Haven't seen Mama Coates in a while. How is she doing, Will?
She's in the middle of a move too. She's moving from California back to Missouri. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
On the topic of Son, though, what Manchester City fans need is sunblock.
I mean, that dude, I don't know how Son always finds a way to score against Man City.
Boo, Dan, THFC.
Whenever
You're too young to have
Son is...
dad jokes in your bag, man.
He does, though,
Aaron
doesn't
Dove,
he?
it's SEAN. It's the Irish version.
He definitely does find a way to score against City, though, brother. He definitely does. I agree.
Is
with
it
you.
me or like
efficient.
was today like because obviously there's all the noise that's going on outside of what happened today in terms of Harry Kane and everything, but what is going on with Heung-min's Son with the liking of the post that was kind of roasting Harry Kane on Instagram, and now today it seemed like I know that you want your players to like play up to the crowd a little bit and kind of pour it on when you win and everything, but didn't it seem a little bit over the top today? He's like the cameras are following Son around and he's doing this with the badge and everything. It was almost like it felt like the crown was officially transferred from one player to the other today, and Son came of age as the actual face of the franchise. And now it's like up to Harry Kane to like take it
Do
back
something
if
about
that's
it.
what he wants to do. But it kind of felt it felt surreal, and I don't want to go as far as saying like choreographed, but he was milking it, man. He was milking it. Good for him, right?
No, but hey, I'd be far more happy with a Samsung Stadium than something like Qatar or Emirates.
Qatar.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Samsung Stadium sounds nice.
I think it's a nice
The
screen.
Samsung Arena.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, man.
I
It's,
don't know,
When do we plan on doing the?
That's why I
deal?
opened the show with. Now we can get to okay. What about the substitutes? I mean, really, Lo Celso is the only one that had any time, really.
What about Christian Romero? Clean sheet.
Came on for like 5 minutes. I mean,
That was sub was clearly to not waste.
see,
Like
Gogama
for
said
exa-
5,000 won, which is about $5. You said go Son Heung-min. It's about $7 Canadian, $5 US. Go. I'm so happy he scored. So.
Cool.
I have a question.
Yes,
Does
Canadian
the-
dollar is worthless. It's not a peso. Come on, like
It's not
No
far from the
relation,
peso, my
compared
friend.
to
It's
the
not far
pound.
from the peso.
I ordered some stuff from a website called Sports Direct, and all the currency was in pound sterling. And I was like, man, this is so cheap. And then when I got the bill for it, it was like fucking three
Double the
times
price.
as much. It was like because like there was like tax that wasn't charged until, and then there was duty and everything. And I was like, man, this was not the savings that I thought. But they look good? They look good, don't they?
So like Canadian, the Canadian dollar is 80 cents to the buck, and the peso is 50 cents to the buck. So,
Right. So the peso is worthless, right?
it's worth 50 cents.
Pretty much worthless
Does the super chat count
compared
in
to the
number
mighty
or the
Canadian
currency?
dollar.
This is what,
Yeah.
Dan?
Does the super chat count like the number or the currency? Because I think I think
Currency.
Goguma gets more space to put like her comment. Oh wait, no, never mind.
No,
I've
it's
seen it now.
not.
I've seen it now.
It's
150
currency.
characters, but the
Yeah, yeah.
Korean language has so that SON. So like this, so like take the first Korean character here that's in the super chat, right?
Mhm.
That counts as one character,
Yeah.
but it's actually 3 letters.
Mm.
And this is so you don't know that in super chats, emojis actually count for 3 characters.
Right?
Mm.
Yeah, regardless of the emoji.
That's interesting. The more you know.
Gio, I thought he was man of the match. Let's move on.
Not even close. I didn't even know he was on the pitch most of the time.
Do you know
Did
what?
nothing
though? The thing
today. Nothing when he came on. Nothing to impact the
I'll
game
tell you
whatsoever.
What bugs me about him is he clearly needs to get a shirt a bigger size because all he ever does is adjust that fucking thing. He's constantly pulling the shirt. You watch him. He's constantly pulling on that shirt like he's really self-conscious because it's tight. I'm just gonna wear a bigger shirt.
Bigger
brother.
size. Get a bigger size, buddy. But what I'm telling you right now, I thought our counterattack significantly dropped when he came on for Bergvine. Like the intensity went.
Right, but you're talking about a player who was substituted in the 77th minute of a 1-0 game. That might have been instruction from the manager to not go forward as aggressively as we had been.
Yeah.
Could have been.
Come on, guys. We sound like we just tied to Man City. We won against the English champions, man. I know I'm probably more pumped up than all of you because my father supports Manchester City, but still.
That's right. That's right.
Maybe.
Right.
Yidkid got sent home without dinner. Go to bed.
He washes the
Surprised he
dishes
lets you
tonight.
stay up like
He
this on a
washes the
school night.
dishes.
When do you start school down there, man?
Oh, the school starts next week. Well, not the next week. After next week.
We should all send a very special message to Dan's father right now. Do you think?
Dan, if you're watching.
Dan, what's Dan? Dan, what's your dad's name?
Dan.
Dennis.
Oh,
Dennis.
Dan. I thought it was Dan. Sorry. I was
No,
close.
Dan-
Dennis. Dan. Potato.
Dennis, Dennis, I'm
middle
very
name is
happy
Dan.
for you that your club wasted £100 million on a player whose primary attribute is falling over. I'm glad that he filled his shirt with grass stains and that his hair looked quite nice. But in the end,
I messed it up.
The 3 points, they went where they belonged. Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur. Take care, Dennis.
I'm definitely going to show this to him tomorrow. I'm showing this to him. I'm showing this to him tomorrow.
Dennis, from the bottom of my heart, it sucks to suck.
He washes the dishes today.
Crack Grealish. That's what that expression's called. Crack Grealish.
He was the best player on the pitch for them today, though.
To be honest, he was very
most expensive.
He had like a lot of the touches.
To be fair, he spent more time on the actual pitch than any other player.
Well, that's
right?
because Tanganga
Yeah,
was
but
a
to be
boss,
fair
man.
though, the way he plays actually is counterintuitive to the way that City plays. He takes too many he takes too many touches of the ball.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that'll be coached out of him to a degree because City are like fast, fluid. Do you know what I mean? And Grealish likes to take a few touches. I'm sure that will come out in the wash.
Yeah.
I think Grealish's game is more like holding the ball and somebody brings me down. That's all. That's what he does, you see. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with Will. Would I have him? I would have him in Tottenham in a heartbeat. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, he's a quality player, but he does like to dive.
Not over Son. Yeah. Not over Son.
Yeah. No.
Grealish on the left, Son in the middle, and then more on the right.
I was to say, I'd have him over Bergwijn.
Yeah.
Of course.
Doherty came in for Jaffa Takenga in like the 82nd minute, I think.
Yep. Moment of panic.
Danny Kiriakou crapped his pants.
I pooped a little bit when that happened. I
got little brown stains.
I touched the cloth, yep.
My dad asked me, since when did he play for the club?
Who?
Doherty.
That's how pointless he is, man. He's just I mean, he's just there to take up a spot, honestly.
I'm thinking next season might be a season just because of Nuno. Maybe a few Conference League. Maybe a few Conference League minutes.
I think Nuno sold him for a fucking reason.
He was the second best. He was the second best right back in the league, though, that one season.
Yep.
Jay, Nuno sold him to Spurs because Nuno knew he's coming to Spurs. That's the reason.
No.
Think about it. Yeah.
No. Not having it.
And then Romero, I mean, he was on for like 6 minutes, had a header, so it's not like you can really give him a
but what a glorious header it was.
Wow, that one header.
Absolutely.
£50 million header right there, boy.
Absolutely.
Match performance.
Worth every penny.
Every penny. No, I guess Romero coming on is just like, I think Nuno giving Romero the feel. Yes, to feel the love of the stadium, the fans,
you know. And I thought
first time in the Premier League,
time because we were near the end of the match.
And wasting time,
and the fact that Højbjerg also picked up a knock at that time, so he was on the ground. We wouldn't want to risk it. Just take him off.
And then when he did get subbed on, we did switch to a 3 at the back, so maybe that could be the permanent.
No, like I was saying earlier, when we have this back four in the start, right? Whenever Jaffet went up, Reggie stayed back and played more like a 3 at the back, and whenever Reggie went up, Jaffet stayed back and played more like a 3 at the back. So I guess it's a very versatile thing, alternate between the system that Nuno has in play now. And let's see whether it works out to what Nuno wants it to be, right? And don't be deceived, we could be playing 3 at the back. That's why maybe we need more defenders for Nuno to play around with. And maybe we can keep Sanchez and Dyer around. And like now, what has happened to the Tomiyasu deal? It's all gone cold.
Apparently, it's because Bologna wants all the cash up front, and
Levy won't do that. Yeah, Levy will never do that.
Will.
Even Paratici said no.
Yeah, even Paratici. I mean, unless Paratici can come up with some kind, but they're not going to do a player swap, right? They need the money.
We haven't. I don't think we've signed a single player that we've actually had to pay for yet.
What did you guys make of the video of Paratici and Steve Hitchen today?
What video?
Oh, I loved it.
I loved it as well.
Were they doing like the Macarena or
God,
something?
Jason,
No,
you haven't
no,
seen
no.
this? Okay, so there's a fan sitting like in the
Behind.
very front row, and
Yeah.
Paratici and Hitchen are sitting in front of him, and
Yeah.
it depends which one, because there's a couple of videos, but there's the first video. It's like Paratici is out of his seat and like shouting, and he's like right in Pep's ear basically.
Yeah.
And the second video is right at the end of the game, and I don't know if Hitchen was drunk, but he turns around to the crowd and is like fist pumping and going into the crowd and like almost like surfing the crowd almost. And,
Really?
Yeah,
It was an amazing video. And Paratici jumped like the 2 seats in
That's
front
cool.
of him to get into the pitch.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's
You know
not
what?
something-
I applaud the passion, man. It's about
yeah.
time we had a bit of passion.
Yep.
You
That's
should,
true.
and I don't know about you, but what do you guys think of the cameras being pointed to Daniel Levy?
Don't see his head.
He was licking his lips, man. He's like, I just got another $30 million out of City, or £30 million out of City. That's what he was doing.
Right. He's like, oh, they definitely need a striker.
Now, Levy was texting the Sheikh. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's going up. It's going up.
That's going up.
Wait, did I say 150? I meant 180.
honestly, I think he just put his phone on mute and just sat back, just loving it.
He
Well,
probably
because they showed-
recorded he probably recorded the crowd singing, "Are
Look,
you watching
I'm
Harry
not-
Kane?"
I'm-
and then send that to the Sheikh.
I'm not the
Let's
biggest.
send that to Harry Kane.
I'm not the biggest Daniel Levy fan,
Who
but
is?
there is a time and a place when you want your chairman to be an absolute villain, and that time for us is right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
True.
Oh, he is if you're City, Daniel Levy is the wrong chairman to be on the end of a no get out clause, 3 years left on his contract. That is not the chairman you want to be negotiating with.
And especially after losing to that chairman.
Yeah.
Yeah, reload. I'm not sure. I know Romero we signed on loan. Brian
wasn't our
Hill was
fault,
the
though.
only player that we've actually bought, and it was supposed to be paid off over
I think the Romero.
4 or 5
Romero
years
deal-
or something like that.
No, we had to do that because of the rules of where he come from.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
do
Romero's
believe-
is a loan.
Yeah.
It's a
Romero
loan
might-
with
Okay.
an
Yeah,
obligation
to
or
be-
option to buy.
it had to
I
be
think
done
an
that way
obligation.
though, because
Yeah.
of the way their financials are, they couldn't like
Double
it just-
sell the player.
Yeah, it had to because they just bought him, so they
He has
couldn't
to stay on
sell
their
him
books
again.
for 12 months or something like
Yeah,
that.
like
Yeah,
it's
One transfer
like-
window.
Obligation to buy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it had to be
Obligation.
done that way, but we're buying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've been always saying in the starting of the transfer season, I've been always saying that we won't spend more than 25 to 30 million pounds a player. And when the Romero deal went through, I was going, I think I'm wrong. But then when the news came out that he's coming on loan, so I guess I'm right again.
I was
So,
so
I'm gonna
confused when it happened though, because
gonna spend that money.
the Atlanta media were saying that it was a loan, and Tottenham Hotspur were saying it was a bot. It was really confusing. Like,
I think it's a loan. It's either a loan with an option or an obligation. I can't remember.
It's an obligation. It's an obligation.
It's obligation to buy after 12
pretty
months.
sure
It
it's
means
like
they
a-
have to buy him after 12 months.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have to
that's-
buy it. Yeah.
it was actually smarter how we dealt with it. I would have rather him deal with how we dealt with it than just buying him straight away, because that's a less wage.
What,
On the
Romero?
No,
Oh, no,
Romero's
no,
a
no,
legal
no.
thing.
The Romero.
You still
Romero's
got
a
to
Yeah,
legal
no,
thing. Yeah.
we had no choice. We had to do it.
yeah,
that
you
way.
can't-
You cannot sell a player in the same
Double
window
sell,
that he is
yeah.
sold. You can't sell a player twice in one
Double
window,
sell, yeah.
basically.
Yeah. So,
So,
that's the
yeah,
only
legality,
the only
yeah.
way we was going to get him, and I'm
Guess
glad.
what?
Gun show loophole, right? I mean,
Guess what?
Yeah.
Eric Lamela is on pace for 76 goals.
Yeah, but you know what though? Good luck to him.
As a substitute,
Yeah.
He was
As
a
a
substitute.
substitute.
he came on in the second half. He didn't start the game.
Man,
scored 2
Spanish
goals.
League is
hey,
shit.
there's a lot of left-footed players in the Spanish league. That's where if you're a peg leg pirate, that's where you go.
I think is
Okay.
Lamela the best left-footed player in the La Liga now that Messi's gone?
I mean, now that Brian Hill left
Maybe.
and
Yeah.
Messi, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, gentlemen, it is now 4 minutes to 1, and I've got to get up at 6 for work. So I bid you all adieu.
Okay.
It's been emotional, and come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Always good to
Have a
chat
good
with you,
sleep,
Jason.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Take it
Have a
easy,
chat,
brothers.
Jason.
Yeah, piss off.
Cheers, Bob.
Eric Lamela, 2 goals. Have you guys actually seen his goals?
Yeah,
No,
there was
not
one.
yet.
There was one where I saw one where he went sliding in. I think it was his first. Where he just slid in and scored. Thought it was quite fortunate. But he's already scored.
Lamela?
He's already scored like 20% in one match. He's already scored 20% of the goals that he scored in Tottenham.
Has he scored 2 goals for us?
No.
In like those 8 years that he was here?
His
He
first
scored
2
like
seasons, he
this.
scored quite a few goals. After that, I don't think he's ever scored 2 goals in a single game.
He scored 2 reboners.
Oh, yeah.
2
8
what?
years, yes. One every 4 years.
I think in the Premier League he scored 17 throughout his career, if I'm not mistaken.
God damn.
Yeah.
But
8 years,
It's
17
like
goals.
I think I want to say out of those, I think it's more than 17 in his Premier League career. I think he scored 17 in his first 2 seasons. But
No, 17 Premier. I'm pretty sure 17 Premier League goals.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
think around there.
17
pretty
Premier League
sure-
goals, yeah.
He
Yeah,
had
I'm
like
pretty sure
9,
it's-
and then like 9 his first season with us, and like 6 the
Total
second.
overall, I think he has about 34, including the club, the cup games and all that. For a Premier League, I think
he
he's
has a lot
17
of
or
like
something.
he has a lot
Europa
of like
League,
Europa League
yeah.
goals and stuff. He has a lot of Europa League goals.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. But
So-
I mean,
See,
Best
reload.
of luck
I
to-
tried to tell
yeah.
people. Just saying. Just saying.
Will Stewart, the Lamella stan.
yes.
I said
the-
like
and-
for
and the-
like.
And the Hill debate.
And the Prophet. Remember the Prophet
Be
debate.
patient. Be patient.
Yeah, he's only 20, Will.
You gotta give
him
it time. You gotta give it time.
Yeah. We have to be
So,
positive, like Yitkit said, we beat MCD
wish
and let's all be
Brian
happy.
Come on now.
How
You're
much?
just
Because so we play Paco de Ferreira
De Ferreira,
on
yeah.
Thursday in the first leg of our Europa Conference League Odyssey. What do you
Let's see.
what do you guys expect from in terms of who starts for this?
when? When do we play him?
We play them
Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday? This Thursday?
This Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Do you
Pac-
think that
Pac-
any,
Pacos is-
any- let me put it this way. Do you think that anybody that started today starts on Thursday?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think either Sanchez
Oh, no,
or
you mean
Dyer,
any
one
of them?
those two
Oh, they
players.
should
Yeah,
be, yeah.
obviously.
They should be, yeah.
Sanchez
yeah.
and
think
Dyer,
Romero-
one of those 2 will start. We may even play like 3 at the back.
But we have
Not a
Wolves on the
defensive three in the
weekend,
back.
right? So
Yeah.
who is going to be playing 3 games in
guys,
7 days
you
to
know,
start the season? And
isn't
if there was
Pacos-
ever a time, I'm not going to, and I don't want to respect Pacos de Ferreira, but if there was ever a time to play a B side,
Is
This is
Pacos
is
preferred
it
or
not
whatever.
right now?
I want to see Brian Hill.
Yeah,
Brian
I want to
Hill.
see Brian Hill too, yeah.
The thing for me is
sorry guys, is Pacos an ex Nuno team?
No, it's an ex Paulo Fonseca team.
Okay, not Nuno, right? Fonseca.
we've been through a lot of managers, Eugene.
Okay.
We've been through
I'm
a
just
lot
wondering,
of manager
I'm
candidates.
just wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Candidates, yeah.
No, Nuno coached Valencia. I don't know.
Before that?
There was one
league.
small club before that in
There's
in
one small
Portugal.
club before that. Yeah.
He didn't coach on Porto? Did he coach Porto or no?
He did
No.
Porto as well.
Oh, he
He
did.
coached Porto.
There's one small club before that too. Can't remember.
Yeah, Brian Hill. I see Brian Hill
Yeah.
playing on Thursday.
I think
Where's they gonna be?
the
where's
Thursday
they gonna
game.
be-
I think we'll see Golini in goal,
Yeah.
right? Maybe Romero will play, right?
Yeah, I think he'll
Romero
play on.
might get a run out. Okay.
Harry
Whether
Winks.
with either
Leo,
Harry Winks is going to play.
I wouldn't even
Oh,
want to see
Leo,
him play
okay.
against.
yeah.
I
Maybe
think
Harry Winks will
is gonna
play.
Harry
And I
Winks.
think Lo Celso will be there too. Okay. Right. To give him a run
Hopefully
in.
Ndombele plays
Yeah.
there too.
And
Hopefully
Hill,
Ndombele
yeah.
gets
And-
some play time.
What is he gonna say?
and-
It's
and
not the right
Ndombele-
game for him. It's
and
Paco.
Ndombele is-
It's Paco. How is it not the right game for him? What's going to be the
know
right
how
game
far
for him?
how far his fitness level is for any games at the moment in Ndombele.
Yeah.
Right. That's the sad part.
The problem is going to be, where can we watch that?
I would love to see Scarlett play. Scarlett.
Yeah.
I would love to see Scarlett play. You know.
Since we live in America, both of us, where do you think they're going to be screening that?
Huh?
Where do you think they're going to be playing that game?
Probably Paramount Plus, I would guess. Same as the Europa and Champions League.
Pay for that. I guess I'll have to.
Harry Kane? No, I'm joking. No. Imagine they
Oh,
play
for
Kane.
you know, it
I'm
could
sure
be
there's
Harry Kane
somebody on
playing,
Twitter
yeah.
who could send you a link that you don't have to pay for.
Yeah. Maybe Harry Kane. Yeah.
Because for the Europa League qualifiers, the camera on the internet was so bad. I don't know if you remember that. The matches that we did for the Europa League. The camera angles were like coming off from under the pitch, going up, and then turning around and then doing the 360 spin, and then going into the manager's nose. It was such a weird game.
I think it was Ndombele who scored a clutch goal last year.
Oh yeah. That was when Ndombele couldn't finish for his life.
Yeah. And what the youngsters? What the Pastowski?
Oh yeah, the left dog.
What Thursday, right? Yeah.
Pascozzi.
What?
Pascozzi.
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 I feel like an Italian name.
Pascozzi.
The Estonian kid there.
Yeah.
Pascozzi.
Yeah.
He had a good preseason.
Who knows? Maybe even Niall John. You know, maybe Niall John.
Yeah, Niall John.
I like him as well.
Yeah.
You definitely see Scarlett play.
Yeah.
He's actually a permanent member of the first team
squad. Yeah.
I don't really know. Like, how often are we able to reshuffle the team that we list for the Europa Conference League? Because
after once it gets to the knockouts or the groups
No, you need to register the first.
Last year, like after the Christmas break.
But on Google, when you look up Tottenham Hotspur and you look at their matches, you don't see the Paco game. You see the Wolves game next.
Okay.
They're playing this Thursday.
Go to BBC. BBC will show you everything.
Yeah, maybe it hasn't been updated.
The Conference League is not structured the same as the Champions and Europa League. You're not in groups of 4 or something. I think you're in. Aren't you in larger groups?
No. Conference League is like this, Cody. This is the last final qualifying round, right? Then after that, they will put in groups of 4 again. Then they go through that whole system of until last 16 again. And then maybe I think there's people dropping down from the Europa League again.
Yeah, third place Europa group stage teams come down into the Europa Conference.
Then you make it into a 32, and then you play that cycle again. So, but the registration part, I think usually what happens is that you get your first round registration for the ECL, and after that, when you reach the knockout stage, you get another round of registrations or something like that to put in players or remove players. Yeah. But maybe that's the way it is going.
Yeah, they play at 2:30.
2:30.
2:30
UK time, I'm guessing.
So that'll be like 8 at first.
Let me check. Let me check BBC. What's the times we're playing? Paco?
No, I'm pretty sure it's 2:30, like Eastern time.
No, it can't be East Coast time.
2:30 UK time. Isn't that like 8 o'clock here?
No.
Yeah, but that means because they got Europa and.
It's 17:30 UK time, 9:30. 19:30 UK time.
Yeah.
7:30 match.
2:30 Eastern. Then this is in my local
2:30
time.
Eastern, yeah. 2:30 Eastern. That means 2:30 a.m. for me. 2:30 a.m. for me. Yeah. That's that's the time. I think 2:30 a.m. for me. Yeah.
So, I was just thinking about
Good game. Interesting.
It'd be interesting just to see the young players and like players like Brian Hill.
I just want to see Brian Hill. That's all.
Yeah.
He better score.
Well, if Brian Hill.
No, I want Scarlett to score.
Yeah, if Brian Hill has a good performance, like really good, would you change your stance with him? Not because it's a Pacos, but like, would you be willing to give him game time in the Premier League if he has a really good performance?
Yeah. Like, my opinion of him isn't because I dislike him as a person. My opinion of him is based on the fact that I don't see anything particularly spectacular about the way he plays. Just for people who are watching, if you're watching on Thursday and he does happen to play the full 90 minutes or start, count the number of times he cuts to his right. Just count them.
Yeah, I know.
Count them on one hand.
Yeah. But let's see. What kind of team Nuno puts out, we still don't know. For all we get a surprise. We get we play a 4-4-2 with Kane and Scarlett in front. Imagine that. Kane and Scarlett in front. And Kane has been dropped down to the B team. Right. But I don't think Kane will play.
We've done a Danny Rose to him.
Yeah, no, Kane won't be. I don't think if they're gonna sell him, they're not gonna risk him with any injuries and all that. So,
like personally, like we said already, I don't mind if you sell Kane. Just make your decision quickly. I don't want Kane to be sold in the last 3 days of the transfer window, and now you're over here, rushing.
No, I was yesterday when I was watching the game. I was thinking, if we don't have Kane, right? If we brought in Lautaro or Dusan, right, or both of them, my God. Our attacking will be like gone up 2 levels or 3 levels,
I think Lautaro and Martins will be perfect for how we play today. Like that free-flowing front three, be perfect.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't know. I think the Martinez deal has gone cold now, right? So Inter is holding on to him like really tight. Maybe we get a Dusan. Okay, maybe get a Dusan from front.
Yeah, I mean, I
would have rather Martinez way more.
Yeah, I mean, Dusan had 1 good year. That was like his only.
Oh, should we go for Tony?
I think it's too late. No, there's no way Brentford. Unless we pay like £90 million, something stupid like that. But there's no way.
£60 million. Yeah.
Levy's not going to be willing to pay that.
There's no way Brentford is going to give up. He's too valuable.
I said Levy's not going to spend more than £25 million to £30 million on a player this season. So I don't see that happening.
I mean, Ivan Toney would be perfect.
Most probably there's some kind of swap deal inside. Give them
take
wings.
Ivan Toney in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Give them Sissoko and wings and
give him $40 million.
I said
I'm serious.
40.
Yeah.
For Tony?
Yeah, Tony. Yeah, give them. If it's $40 million, I'll take it. Right, $40 million, I'll take it. But
I think
he'll be worth 65 by the end of the season if you don't.
Yeah,
I think he's worth more than 40, to be honest. But yeah, I'll take it 100%.
No, I said give them 20 cash.
And they paid
give them 20 cash.
15,
and
I think.
Swap with wings
maybe.
and Sissoko.
Yeah, but they sold like Ollie Watkins last year for like 35, and he had nowhere near as good as a season as Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney had the most goals in the championship season ever.
Record. Yeah. But he didn't score against Arsenal.
And we could have bought him from League One for like nothing.
That's the story of Spurs.
2 years ago.
Well, we could have bought Jack Grealish from League One for like nothing.
No. yeah. From Championship for nothing. Yeah. That's true.
Oh man.
We could have bought a lot of players for like nothing.
But about the guys, right? Look forward now. Don't look back. Okay, we got Nuno, and we believe in him, and we beat M City. In Nuno, we trust.
Guys, if we keep playing like this, if we play every single
Nuno,
game,
we never rated Nuno 10.
10 out of 90 out of 10.
Varsity
90
Blues
out
a
of 10.
10.
Well, you know what's interesting? You know what's interesting? In his press conference, they asked him, "Is it a perfect team to play?" And he said, "There's nothing that's perfect." So let's not give him a 10. Let's give him a 9.5.
Oh, you don't want to guess
You beat City. You beat City in your first match. Of the first match.
Nuno has a history with City.
Yeah, I know. He does have a history.
I know. He's got Pep's number. That's what I'm saying. Do you know Nuno has never once coached a team and not gotten him into a European spot?
Last season?
Except for last year.
No, I mean, every team he's coached, he's taking them to a European spot.
Okay.
Wait, I'm not catching on. Every team he's coached?
That's not bad.
Yeah. Not every season. Any team he's coached.
Let's say he coached Valencia for 3 years. At one point during his 3-year tenure, he got them to Europe.
Champions League or Europa League. Even his very first coaching job, that he was only there for 2 years, he took that club to the Europa League in the first time in their club's history.
Yeah.
And look at Wolves. They came down from Championship all the way to playing
Europa League.
Europa League. Yeah. 2 seasons in a row. Yeah.
One sec.
Yeah. No, but Nuno, we must give Nuno the credit.
He's a boss.
Right?
I told everybody he was a boss.
Yeah.
Everybody laughed at me.
Yeah.
I like how you said it at first because you said, did you know Nuno?
Did you know that Nuno?
Nuno, yeah.
We gotta make a chant for Nuno, guys. We gotta make a chant.
Nuno.
Saying,
There
You
has
know-
to be one.
or like, he's magic.
It's the same chat as
Nuno.
Hugo, but with Nuno instead.
All right. Yeah. But give credit where credit is due. Nuno has brought back confidence into the team. Nuno has brought fitness back into the team. All right. Nuno has made us proud. Okay, for the game yesterday. But don't forget, guys. Take it with a pinch of salt.
It's one
It's
game.
Still one
It's
game.
just one game.
Definitely
It's just
game.
one game. Take it for a pinch of salt. It's still just one game. If he does it consistently, this kind of performance the team puts out throughout the season, right? Then we'll call him Don Nuno. Right? We'll give him the Don title. Yeah.
The Dawn.
Yeah.
But hold on, before we wrap the show up for the night, let's just take a look at the table.
We're 10th.
Man United is in first place.
Yes.
Chelsea,
Yes.
Liverpool,
Yes.
West Ham,
Brentford. Oh,
Everton, Brentford, Watford, Brighton, Leicester, Spurs.
so we're not in the top 4.
We are at the bottom. We are at the bottom. Well, actually, we're tied from 7 to 10th. All are on the same points and the same goal differential.
Goal
right?
difference, yeah.
There were no draws this weekend.
Yeah,
no
there were
draws.
No draws at all. Yeah.
That's
Um,
interesting.
But no, you can just say we're tight. We are tight for the first position, but we are 10th.
And Arsenal
Are tied for
is
relegation.
17th. They are one spot ahead of relegation zone. I predict that they'll stay there all season. I'm serious. looking at I think we said this on yesterday's show, but looking at their draw, their fixture list, they could literally only have 12 points by December, easily, plausibly, reasonably. 12 points by December.
Yeah. Right, like we keep telling the Arsenal fans, right? Believe in the process, right? Believe in Arteta.
Arteta we
But
trust.
could you imagine the Amazon document?
Oh my god, I'm so
They get
excited.
relegated, dude. That'd be so. I'd buy that on a gold-plated DVD.
I'd buy the shirt, the camp, the merchandise of the show, everything, man. I survived watching Arsenal.
Oh, guys, don't slag Arsenal now, okay? Please don't.
No,
Why?
we slay Arsenal.
What
Why
are you
not?
talking about?
Don't slay. No.
Eugene, take it.
I don't want karma to hit us back, okay?
Karma's already hit us
we
back.
have to be very,
I didn't know you were
very,
Hindu there, Eugene.
I'm most of everything in Malaysia. Yeah. All right.
The other thing is,
Yeah.
for me,
We will slag them to a certain extent, but not too hard on them, right? Yeah.
I
We give them a
slag-
bit of. We can
I
slag them, but
Man
not too
City
hard.
more.
I'll slag them
I
all
think I
day.
slag Man City.
But no, it's wonderful that we won. It's wonderful. Yeah.
Next week,
Anybody else
Arsenal
got
and
anything that we
Chelsea
want to
too.
chitter chat about? My kids got their first day of school tomorrow, so
we
I
can
have
go like you
to
said.
Okay. All right.
wake up earlier than normal. So
Damn.
no real sense in running this thing till 1 o'clock
Like a
in
week
the morning.
ago,
What do
like
we-
a week ago, I got an advertisement on YouTube for Get Back to School, and I just started tearing up.
Yeah.
What,
Daniel can't
what-
have his.
One player that we haven't discussed that I think
Oh.
might deserve at least a few minutes
Sure.
is Ndombele.
Oh dear, we're going there again.
Why would he deserve a few minutes?
Well, no, I think he does. I am curious as to what's going on with him.
I don't know. Fitness.
I don't know what's going on
there.
with him. It's really confusing because he is our record signing after all.
Is he? Are there clubs that are coming in for him right now?
Nope.
Or is he pulling
I
a
don't
Harry
think
Kane?
so. I don't think any clubs will come for him. His weekly wages is 200k a week. Come on, who's going to pay him 200k a week right now in this current market?
I say, look, I mean, is he pulling a Harry Kane? Is he refusing to play?
Well, no, because Harry Kane is different. Because there's actually a club that wants to buy him, and that's Manchester City. There's not one club that is going in full out.
I'm sure there's a club willing to buy Ndombele too, but they're not going to pay what we need to get from him. That's the.
Let's not call that a Harry Kane. First of all,
that's the same issue as Harry
Kane. Yeah, I think it's a fitness issue, right? Like Nuno came out in this press conference, and he's not to what he needs him to be at the moment, so he won't be available, right? That's one thing I like about Nuno, is that
or is he trying to pull something because Musa Sissoko and Aurier are at risk of not getting a squad number?
If that's the situation, I want him out immediately. But if it is a fitness situation that he's overweight, I think we could work him over time and get him back into the squad like he was. Yeah.
Do you speak a second language?
Yeah.
What is it?
Spanish.
Okay. As much as I don't want to excuse Tanguy Ndombele for wanting to leave the club, and this is all speculation, by the way, the whole the media angle that's been presented to us that Ndombele wants to leave because Sissoko and Aurier are on their way out and they're French, and because they're French, he wants to leave. But at the same time, if you were put into a situation like that where you're surrounded by people who don't speak your language, I would be curious to know how any of us would handle that.
I'd learn the language.
Not show up to training. I wouldn't do that.
I'd learn the language.
Has he done that though?
I'm not showing up to the games. Let's say.
I'm gonna tell you right now that there's no one in France who hasn't studied English at some point in time in school. English is the world language. All major countries, for business purposes, teach if English isn't their native language, they teach their children in school. That includes Asia. Am I wrong, Eugene? Do kids not go to mandatory English classes in elementary school?
Sorry to say this, Will. The French hate English, so I don't think English is a second language being taught in France.
No. It doesn't matter if they hate us or not.
But to a certain extent, I don't think it's the language thing. I mean, I know Cody's using language as a kind of what we call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His point.
Yeah. But for Tanguy,
as a reason.
Yeah, as a reason, and English is a second language taught in schools in Malaysia, right? And like
every non-English speaking country is exactly the same.
I speak four languages, to tell the truth, and a bit of French. But
Bonjour.
And Ndombele's problem is, I think, his fitness is one thing, right? Attitude is another thing. So saying that if Sissoko and Aurier is not there and he wouldn't be happy is another thing. But the reality is that nobody is going to come in and pay 40 or 50 million pounds to buy him, number one. Number two, the reality is at the moment, nobody's going to pay his wages at 200k a week for the kind of attitude and performance that he's put up, right? So we are stuck in a conundrum now that what are we going to do with him? So the only
do something though. He's got 4 years left on his contract.
Yeah, and the worst thing is he's got 4 years on his contract. Okay, and you're looking. The only thing is that whether Nuno can get something out of him. That's all I can see. And if he doesn't get anything out of him, maybe play him in the cups, play him in the Conference League.
The point that I was trying to make is that it's what Aaron is saying right here. It has nothing to do with his friends. It has nothing to do with the language. It's about attitude.
Yeah.
People are latching on to this whole narrative that because Musa Sissoko and Sergio Aurier are being sold, that's why Tanguy is now in the dumps and everything. It's not that. I'm not defending Ndombele. I'm saying that it's not what we're being led to believe it is with him. And man, I certainly hope it works out, but if you could get anywhere close to what we paid for him at this point, I would sell him in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Anything over like 45 million.
Or at least a swap.
Yeah.
I think swap is probably the most probable option.
Would you take
Like a
Aurier?
swap.
Not Aurier.
Stock
but,
deals are actually pretty tough to pull off.
Olar, the other guy from the club that we
It
bought.
depends on so many things because Ndombele has 4 years left at £200,000 a week. I honestly think that the situation with Tanguy and Ndombele is intrinsically linked to the situation with Harry Kane because Kane is sitting here getting paid the same, as Ndombele, and Kane is leading the Premier League in goals and assists, and Ndombele is whatever he is. I don't want to pile on him because I do think he's a brilliant player on his day. I think he has the potential, like Bob Spurs says, to be the best midfielder in the world. But the reality is he's not the best midfielder in the world, and he hasn't shown that in any way, nowhere near consistent, So I don't know what the answer is with him. He seems like
you gotta do something with him though. Like, I mean, even worst case scenario, like Dan said, you just play him in the Conference League.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The Cups and the Conference League. That's how I see, right? And maybe if he performs well and gives Nuno the confidence that he can put him in the Premier League team, then it's up to Nuno in the end. It's up to Nuno. That's how I see it. Getting rid of him is not that easy, especially in this financial climate that we are in, right?
Right. He's got 4 years on his contract left. I mean, he could literally just. You can't be paying him what he's being paid for 4 years. I mean, if I was him, and I just say screw it, I'll just go to training and that's it. And I'll sit.
Yeah,
I'll sit up there and play, PS5 while y'all play. I don't give a crap. I'm making $200K a week.
Yeah, that's the problem. We always get players with mental attitudes like that. You see, right? No passion and have attitude problems and all that. So let's hope that the next group of players that
he's
we
always
bring
had
in,
an attitude problem, though. I said that last season and the season before that. He's always had this narcissistic, goof-all attitude. But I would just, if I was Daniel Levy, this is what I'd say: you and your agent go out and find somebody who's willing to give us $50 million, and until then, you're playing in Cups, in Conference League.
Yeah.
I guess that is the best way. But then the agent will come back and says that nobody wants to pay the amount for him.
Then you say you play in Cubs and Conference League. I mean, we need the rotation in that competition anyway.
Yeah. True.
Give him the Meza Ozil treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't go that.
Unless you want to sit here for the next 4 years of your life and do nothing and ruin your career, or you find yourself a move.
True.
Yeah, I'll take a pay cut. Yes.
There's
the
some
last
players
one,
that
They won't take a pay cut. They'll never take a pay cut.
Dan's getting close to your bedtime, isn't it?
Dan has got no curfew during summer.
Not really. You don't have bedtime. I thought you said you had to leave or something like that. So that's what I was saying.
No.
But the last guy is Harry Kane. Last topic of the night.
Harry.
Mr. Harry Kane. You think it was his choice to sit out today, or was it Nuno's choice?
I think it was Nuno's choice.
Nuno.
Yeah. To tell the truth, I don't care much whose choice was it because we won. All right. And I would rather give the credit to Nuno than Harry. I'd rather give the credit to Nuno.
Piss off, Eugene.
Yeah, I love you too, Cody.
Too many positive mother fluffers in this group.
You can't say that. Daniel's in the stream. Come on.
I said fluffers.
Fluffers.
Oh, and you think that's a good word, fluffers?
Yeah.
Sure, if you're American, it doesn't mean what it means in the UK. Well, I guess maybe it does.
It does, doesn't it? Look at it the other way. Don't tell.
I think it was a club's choice to sit him out.
No, I mean,
I do think it's too big of a risk to play Harry Kane now and suffer a potential injury or something, or like damage your.
No, I don't think he's fit enough to come back into the team. Right? You just can't come back for 2 days training and be back in the team and be in the first team.
I still think he can.
I mean, they were saying he was going to be fit for the weekend.
Nuno said he's going to be
fit for the weekend.
He's going to be available. No, Nuno said he's going to be available. He didn't say he was going to be fit. He said it would be available. Right?
Well, what's the difference?
What did you expect from him in that question, though? They were asking him. He said all the players are going to be available. Is that
And then all of a
including
sudden
Harry
he's not
Kane? What do you
available.
think he's going to answer that? What do you expect him
Look,
to, if you're Nuno Espirito Santos, what would you answer to that question? What about Harry Kane?
Well,
would he be like,
I mean,
oh,
how
no,
many
he's not
people
gonna
do we
be
have on the
playing?
bench today who didn't even play? Who didn't even
Quite a lot.
take a look at?
No, nowadays we got such a big bench. 9 players on the bench.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, if you were smart, if both the club and Kane himself were smart, he just comes and sits on the bench, and you can just say, he's not fit to start. If we need him, we'll bring him on. And then you just don't bring him on. To leave him out of the side altogether, it's like somebody sending a message to somebody somewhere. Either the club sending a message to Kane or Kane is sending a message to the club. There's a message being sent here.
The fans sent the message, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I loved about it. I almost jumped to my feet and started cheering when the fans were like,
Are you watching?
Are you watching?
I didn't sit down the whole match, so I got up and sang.
Great.
Are you watching? Yeah.
And it was brilliant when Tanganga came off and they were singing, "He's one of our own." He's one of our own.
Like they've already replaced you, Harry.
Yeah.
They've already replaced you.
What do you think is Harry in his room?
Okay.
Sitting down
My conspiracy theory was, right, halftime 0-0, Levy and the Sheikh was on the phone, right? Made the phone call. You want Harry? Let us win. Bam, it's done. The deal.
That's a good deal.
So we'll sell him for £100 if you give us the 3 points.
No, £100.
The next 3,
right?
For the next 3 years, you have to let us get 3 points off of you every single game we play.
And in classic L.A. Ian style, he jumps on just as we're about ready to close the show down.
Hi, Ian. Long
All
time
right,
no
good night,
see.
everybody.
See you guys. Bye, guys. Good to see you.
Haven't seen you a long time, Ian. Yeah.
Good to see you, Eugene. Good to see you.
Yeah. How have you been doing?
I've been doing great. I think my voice has recovered from this morning.
I need to move to the Midwest or something so that some of these West Coast guys can get on here at a reasonable time.
No, it's only 9:30 for me. I didn't know how long the streams were going. I decided to hop on. But if it's ending soon, that's fine with me. You guys?
No, I mean, it'll probably end in the next 15, 20 minutes. No, it's not like it's ending right now.
Yeah, we're talking about Harry Kane at the moment. So, what are your feelings on him?
It's tricky, isn't it? None of us really know. We like to speculate about the whole thing. I didn't like how he wasn't in the squad, not even the bench. It kind of set me off in the wrong way. Maybe, I don't know, some backdoor deal. Like eventually he's gonna go to Man City, but he can't play against us week 1 because that'd be maybe some stupid deal like that happened. But I don't know.
But, I mean, even if you're gonna do that, wouldn't you just have him on the bench though for optics though?
Say it again.
Wouldn't you just have even if the deal's already done?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you just have him on the bench for optics?
Yeah. For
Almost,
TV, keep pointing the camera at him and all that stuff. Yeah,
I feel like the fact that he was left out almost points towards the possibility of him actually staying, because it seems like more of a punishment, like what you're saying, Will. Okay, so if you're not included in the squad, yeah, I don't know.
It's tricky.
If he was going to be sold and you wanted to cover it up, you would just put him on the bench. But if he wasn't going to be sold and you wanted to slap his hand, you would exclude him. No?
Yeah. I guess.
No. It's just so
look,
tricky.
Look what we can do without you.
No, but guys, if you put him on a bench, right, wouldn't the fans be calling for him?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
something.
That's the other problem.
No, I
right?
mean, we all know he only had 2 or 3 training, right? If he's on the bench and you say, okay, he's not fit to start, who is even going to bat an eyelash at that?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
And if you're up 1-0 going into at the 55th minute, are people going to be calling for him to bring him on? No, you just save him, maybe bring him on for the last 3 minutes or something like that when the game's already done and dusted. That's what would have been smart, was to bring him on in extra time, right? When there's not there's no real opportunity for Spurs to really score. Cities are pretty much all they can really do is equalize.
Yeah. Scott M has quite a good view into it. Maybe it will distract the other players with him on the bench.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think even if he would have come on, or if he even would have not come on the bench, just the fans singing, and then Harry Kane listening. What if Harry Kane would have not played on the bench the whole game, and the fans would have still sang, "Are you watching? Are you watching? Are you watching, Harry Kane?"
I don't think they would have sung that if he was on the bench.
Yeah, they wouldn't have sung that.
I heard a lot of
They
people
would have sung "Get MCD to Pay Up."
No, I mean, if
Go
anything,
away.
he would have just gotten a couple boosts, and that would have been it. And it wouldn't have been that big of a deal.
Yeah, but
I mean, it was almost the whole damn stadium was singing that.
yeah,
That was a loud chant.
even I was looking at the video we were on TV. Ben was singing it.
I was singing it.
I was
Oh,
singing
singing
it.
it.
I was freaking out in the bar. We couldn't really hear the TV, but afterwards, when
I
saw
didn't hear
was
it
like,
at
that
first
was
'cause-
brilliant.
At first, I didn't hear it, but then I heard the NBC because that's what I was watching on. Commentators saying "Are you watching Harry Kane?" is what the Tottenham fans are singing.
Reload says they go hear it from his house.
How pissed do you think Harry is at his brother out of the whole situation? It's got to be actual like sort of a shit show over there in their household right now, because I bet you Harry's pretty mad about his brother. The whole, yeah. Does he have any like, I don't know, experience you need to have to be a sports agent for someone?
No.
Does his brother have any qualifications at all to be his agent in any sort of way? Does anyone know that?
Just as much as qualifications that I have to be a doctor.
Well, that's why he's in this mess. So
Yeah.
maybe the next
Why would he
contract,
sign that? The
someone else can do
contract.
it.
But guys, don't forget, Levy has turned it into his master stroke, right? So everybody now, the focus is on Kane, not on him. Yeah, that is his master stroke on that. Yeah. So I guess maybe that was all part of the deal, right? Deflect the issues, put the hate on Kane, and Levy will be loved again.
Yeah. Look, guys, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not
I was
sure
gonna
how
say,
longer you're gonna be on.
Not a whole lot
but-
longer, man.
Yeah,
I'm about to go
I'm just
now.
gonna go.
I gotta wake up like really early tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta go as well.
Yeah. Hey
Everybody's
guys.
leaving.
All right,
Everybody
all right.
except for
Your
Ian.
stream.
No, I'm gonna head out now too.
No, I'll stay on if you want to, Ian. I'll accompany you.
Great.
No, sorry, I'll get off
Yeah.
actually.
Because I just woke up, so
I woke
I'm
up
okay.
early for the game. I should probably go to bed early for work tomorrow, anyways.
Welcome to the Eugene Show.
We'll just leave you on here, Eugene. You can just roll till the morning when I wake up, and then I'll end the stream for you. Or did you guys realize there was? I can't remember what Cody. It might have been after the Bald and Beard Tottenham Boys show, the last one that we did while I was moving. I actually got a phone call from one of my business partners as soon as the thing, and so I was talking on the phone, and I just got up and left, and the stream ran for like 2 hours. And there, one guy was in the comments was like, "The stream's been over for like an hour. Why are there still 40 people watching it?" So, because it was just my, I had my, so I just had the music rolling at the end, and it was people. Yeah.
You mean you forgot to end the live stream?
Yeah, I forgot to end it. I got a phone call as soon as Cody had to leave. I was like, hey, cool. So I ended the show. The phone was ringing. I said hello. After the phone call, I got up and walked away.
2 hours
And
later, you
I realized
noticed.
I'm outside mowing the lawn and realized, I was like, what is that music? What's that music? And so I actually had to get in on my phone and log in and end the stream from my phone.
No, Will,
I
you
wanna-
get more.
I'm
You get more
looking at it
extra
now.
airtime. You get more extra airtime for that.
Yeah, look, I'm watching it. I'm watching.
Just look
it
at if you go to our video list and you'll see one that's like 5 hours long. The Bald and Beard Tottenham Boys show that's like 5 hours long.
It's
4
actually
hours long.
2 hours long, but I've seen it. It ends
No,
in
2 hours is a normal length.
2 hours and 9 minutes, and then it goes all the way to 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's probably people.
gonna
It's the
click here.
it's the one that's 2 hours and 40 minutes. We never do a 3 hour BBB show.
Anyways, man, take care, man. I'm about to knock out.
Okay, I'll do.
Good night, everybody.
Abdul,
Nice
thanks for
meeting
coming
you.
on again,
Yeah.
man. It's always a pleasure
Nice
to see
meeting
you.
again.
I'm gonna run as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Mine's
to
on
meet you
Twitter.
today.
Everyone.
All right. Come
Come
on,
on,
you Spurs.
Cody's going to bed.
I'm going
Dan's
to bed.
going to
Yeah.
bed.
All right.
I'm going to
All right.
bed.
Everybody's
Okay.
going to bed.
Yeah, I'm going for lunch.
Eugene's going to lunch.
Yeah. Right. And hopefully can get a haircut today. Oh, dying
Just
to get a
shave it
haircut.
off, dude.
Oh, I can't do that.
Cut it off, man. You'll feel so much better. It'll be weird like the first week, and then after that, you'll never regret it. But you got to grow a beard though.
Can't grow a beard. That's the problem.
You can grow like a little mustache and the little.
I can grow this and grow this, but I can't grow this. I don't know why.
Yeah, just do the
Genetically
goatee
inclined, I
then.
can't do that.
You can do goatee.
Maybe I'll think about it.
Yeah,
If
you're balding, I know if you're balding, you can grow a beard. That's how it works.
Okay. You mean it's transfer from up here to down
Yeah, you don't lose the number of hairs. It just moves down your face.
here? I don't think so for me. I've tried that before. I've shaved my head once before, but it didn't grow here. So I'm not gonna try it again.
No, I don't mean like it'll grow hair. I'm saying the same number of hairs on. It's like if you're losing hairs here, you're not actually losing them. They're literally just traveling down your face like worms and popping out the other side.
Okay. All right. Okay. But no,
join the Nuno squad.
Nuno squad.
The Nuno army, being bald and bearded.
Yeah.
We got Bob, me, Cody.
Oh, wait.
Stell.
If we win the league, right? I'll do it.
If you win the league of Shave Your Head, all right.
Yeah. If we win the league, I'll do it.
The odds are pretty low on that one.
Yeah. I'll do it if we win the league, right? I'll do it.
The odds are pretty low, Eugene.
Yeah. Okay, Will. Nice meeting up with you again, Will. And I know you had a hard time moving house and all that, but I guess everything looks fine now, right? And your setup is way cool.
Yeah,
way
both
cool.
cameras have worked today. Haven't
one in
had
the back?
any issues. Huh?
Have you started the one in the back? The camera? You're supposed to have one
I
behind
have
you.
the stuff for it. I actually think I'm actually missing an HDMI cable for that. But the ball heads did come in.
Mm-hmm. Ball heads?
So yeah, the ball heads. Here, I'll show you. It's a let me grab a
Oh, the
picture
ball.
of one.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
It's just a thing that I don't want to say web pages completes. Anyway, so it's a thing like the camera sits on.
Yeah, I know. Sits on it.
So it
that
can
moves the
camera.
camera.
Turn.
Yeah, you can turn and twist. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So the thing goes on top of the tripod.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Okay, Will. Not to take much of your time. You got to get the kids to school tomorrow. Catch up.
Yeah, for sure, man. Go ahead, and if you want to jump off now, I don't know if I'm going to hang out in the back. So if you want to head on out, do that.
I'll just hang out in the back for a while you do your outros.
All right, sounds good, man.
All right.
All righty. I'll put you in the back. Anyway, folks, we are THFC Rants. This has been another one of our. I brought you in somehow, pulled you back out. Buttons do weird things. Now the enter button is pulling people in and out of stream. Hello, Eugene. Goodbye, Eugene. Hello, Eugene. Goodbye, Eugene. Hello, Eugene. Goodbye, Eugene. And THFC Rants. Game week 1. We have won. We have beaten Man City at home, at our home. 1-0. Great day, great game, all around. Been a great thing. Nothing really to rant about. But it's always good. I like the positive shows. I like it when we are able to just talk about some good things. And but there's still work to be done, right? Still work to be done. I don't think you'll see like a purely positive show here on the channel till after the transfer window closes and until 10 or 12 games have moved through the city or through the season. And Eva, man, welcome. I haven't seen you in a long time. Glad you're here. Glad you're here, Eva. And but yeah. Anyway, thank you for your guys' support. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you to all of our Patreon and channel members. John, I still haven't put your name on the list yet. Hold on, let me get rid of The comment that's like 9 years old. Spartan 7 Gaming, Wayne Bonner, Mama Coach, Seller Agent, AG, Gogama, Tony Go, Alex Burleton, Bob Spur TV, and John. John is a new member. He joined not too long ago. Thank you, John. Even though your name isn't on the list, I remember you because that's how important you are to me. And all of you guys out there in comment land are important. You know why? Because if you are in the comments, that means you subscribe to the channel. And all of our subscribers are very, very, very important to us. And also our members. All the people that have, if you notice anybody that sees my little bald head next to their name, that means that they are a member of this channel. You can become a member too. The link to all of that stuff is in the description of the video. We'll be back, I believe, if Cody's still available for the next show this week would be the Bald and Beard Tottenham Boys show. And then when you have Talk 2K coming later that day on Tuesday. Monday is our day off here unless we do something different moving forward. We may end up throwing a show on a Monday. But could you imagine doing something like 7 days a week? I don't know. Maybe not. But we will have on Wednesday our FPL Perspective show. On Wednesday, we'll be doing the next week team selection. We will be reviewing all of the FPL points of Spurs players, talking about maybe some of the stats, whether it would be a good idea to bring some of those players into the team or not. And then all around FPL, I'll be making probably my rough draft team selection live on that stream, kind of going over and showing the league itself, where people are standing at right now. Take some general questions, stuff like that. Then we'll be having on Thursday the normal Thursday Q&A show. Oh, and you can still join the league. If you do want to join the league code is 14I4M1. You will be a week behind. But don't worry about that, because this is a marathon. It is not a sprint. Right? Even if you got guys sitting in first place with 108 points, that can be made up and or lost in one game week. So, a really, really, really good, Premier League season. Even if you were to get 100 points every game, that's 3,800 points, right? So most people win with less than, right around 2,000, less than 2,000. So there's a lot of points to be missed, a lot of points to be dropped, a lot of points to be gained. So if you still want to join that, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and join that league there. Again, the code is 14I4M1. Don't think it's too late. It's not. As it says there at the top, weekly FPL videos, top 4 wins, free merch. We'll be doing those Wednesdays and Fridays around 12:30 to 1 Eastern Time US, 5:30 to 6 starting time in the UK. FPL's Perspective. And then the Thursday Q&A show will be going on as well. Thursdays at 1:30 in the afternoon Eastern Time, 6:30 UK. We'll be doing that show as well. Friday, we may have a deadline stream, may or may not have a deadline stream. The deadline's not until Saturday this week. But we do have also the Conference League matches. Due to the amount of shows that we are doing this season, I will not be doing a pre and post match late night rant show. So I won't be doing a Wednesday night late night rant show and a Thursday night late night rant show. We'll only be doing the post match rant show. for Conference League games. I'm sorry. It's just the way it goes. I'm a guy who has time, but I don't know if I have time to do 10 streams a week. But we will continue. If it gets to be too busy too, we may just even on the weekends, depending on what day it is, just do one or just do the post-match show. But that really just depends. I'll let you guys know. Right now, the schedule in the About section, if you go look at the schedule, that's what the current schedule is. Right now, that's what I've got planned. Friday will be a deadline stream, maybe. To be determined on whether we do that week in, week out. But yeah, folks, I hope that you guys are enjoying the show. If you're watching this after the fact, please do hit that like button and do subscribe to the channel. All of that is greatly helpful and appreciated. Every little bit of support helps. I've invested a lot into this channel because, one, I enjoy it, and two, I enjoy your guys' company. I enjoy the company of the people that come on the show. I enjoy the company of the people who are in the chat, and I enjoy the money that people send me in super chats. But it's not about the money. The money is nice. I mean, who doesn't want money, right? But look, I make less than minimum wage doing this YouTube channel. So don't think I'm getting rich on it, right? All this stuff was bought by me based on my income from my real job. But thank you guys for watching. You guys have a great night. Stay strong. Stay Spurs. Love you guys, and we'll see you next time.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go now.